Good morning, Metro Nui! Welcome back to another episode of the Barraki Talk Show. We're your hosts, the Mielik brothers,
Jacob,
Samuel,
Thomas, and we're glad you're joining us today as we talk our way through the weird and wondrous world of Bionicle. Okay, guys, today we're going to be doing Titans of Mahri Nui, which everyone has been excited for. Oi, we're the Barraki, we're taking over now! And today, it's our show!
good morning, Voya Nui. Welcome back to the Barraki Talk Show. I'm your host, Jacob.
Samuel,
Thomas,
and Wesley,
for limited time only.
And I'm glad that you're joining us today as we talk our way through the wild and wonderful world of Bionicle.
But first, coming up on the Barraki Talk Show.
They're like, we're going to give you this, thing that's going to solve your energy problems forever.
Yeah.
But you got to do a little race first.
you gotta earn this.
Yeah.
I don't think you should take the word of monkey.
The word of monkey.
The word of
It's
monkey.
like Kung Fu
the word
Panda.
of Greg.
Monkey. You could say Jacob is a Bigfoot fanatic. All that and more coming up on the Barraki Talk Show. So now here on the Barraki Talk Show, we're not talking about something lame like Bionicle
What
or
is
whatever.
that?
I know.
Never even heard of it.
I like how we completely just straight up lied in the intro. So
It's the most
on
Barraki
theme.
thing
Yeah,
we
it's
could
on
possibly
theme.
do.
We're talking through the weird and wonderful world of Bionicle immediately. Forget that Bionicle thing. Let's do something new.
If the Barraki can kidnap bands in real life, I think they can talk about off-topic things.
That's a good point.
in the
That's a good
Barraki
point.
Talk Show. Anyway, here on the Barraki Talk Show, we are starting out by talking about Acceleracers, the most popular franchise to ever exist.
Hot Wheels Acceleracers.
Yep.
Wow.
But a bit of an intro. This is not a complete overview of the series. It is merely a taste of the cinematic depth that Acceleracers offers. Because the series cannot be told, it can only be experienced. Anything less removes a fundamental part of this amazing product, which is all for free on the Internet Archive, so you can watch the whole series there, then come back and have a grand old time.
in high quality, nonetheless.
Yeah. Or you can watch this episode, be like, wow, I really want to experience Acceleracers, and then watch Acceleracers.
Grab your best friends, get a bucket of popcorn,
Your worst
turn the
enemies.
lights down low, put it on your 4K TV with your surround sound.
Go watch it, come back here, listen to the episode, and then watch it again.
Watch
And then you can fully
Ooh,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
That's a good idea.
Good.
And then like the video.
I have seen Acceleracers no less than 8 times, and I have to say, it's good every time. So even if you do watch it twice, nothing lost, nothing wasted. So we're going to start off talking about Acceleracers by not talking about Acceleracers.
Brilliant.
Are we talking about World Race?
Because we have to talk about the prequel movie to Acceleracers, World Race. Wesley, did we make you watch World Race?
You did make me watch that
Okay,
one.
yeah.
Wait, really?
Wait, no, you didn't.
We didn't
I
watch
just watched
World Race.
the TV show.
So you just lied.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm a
He's
Barraki.
like, yes, you did. Nah, that's a lie.
I'm getting into my Barraki.
I wanted to make Wesley watch World Race, but Thomas is like, no, World Race is stupid.
It is stupid.
I didn't say it's stupid. It's just of far less
okay,
quality.
Yeah.
Now, that I can agree with.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not necessarily needed for Acceleracers, but you will be getting it now since we're not going to be covering it in depth, and it doesn't need to be experienced. The World Race fans are going to kill us.
Yeah.
Are there
Yeah,
World
they're going to
Race
kill
fans?
you. I'm a World Race supporter.
Okay. So why don't you
Jacob's an
move us
ally.
through these World Race events, Jacob?
Okay.
Since you're such a World
Sure.
Race fan. He's a
Yeah.
world racist, guys.
Come on, you didn't see that coming. He's been trying to set that up like this whole time.
I wasn't. It just happened so naturally.
So, this whole thing stems from the fact that Hot Wheels, Mattel, really wanted to, make these movies.
Bro
right?
turned it into a technical
Throw
section.
in its
No, I'm just
history.
saying. No, I'm just saying. They really wanted to make movies that used all these new cars that they were coming out with, right?
Uh-huh.
And so they were like, okay, we got to make, we have to make a movie which incorporates actually all the cars. So there were something like 12 cars for each faction. It's ridiculous. And they're like, good luck. And the movie maker's like, okay, we have to somehow figure out a plot that incorporates all of these cars that we have to include. So that's kind of important backstory for why World Race was made and why it's the way that it is, right?
Okay.
Because
that explains all the cars in it.
Yeah. But like what I'm just saying, it's important to know that like the huge number of characters and like all of the kind of the whole reason why like the World Race came into being was because they needed to include all those cars.
So they weren't allowed to just slowly introduce.
No, they had to all
here's
be
the
there.
entire cast of
all at
characters.
once.
Right.
Do an entire season of a show in 1.5 hours. Here you go.
So basically what ended up happening was in the story, there's a guy named Dr. Tesla. He calls together all of these different people from around the world, hence the name.
Putting together a team.
of very specific
racers.
skills.
He's calling together world racers to
Right.
compete in a race.
Not world
Called
races.
the World
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a different movie.
What?
Which one is that?
What movies are you watching? Yeah, so in the first movie, in World Race, Dr. Tesla gathers all these racers together, and he like divides them into teams that are like kind of loosely based on personality, I guess. It's kind of unclear how they're divided.
He just
Vibes.
grabbed a bunch of random people and hoped they would have a unifying personality
There are
trait.
some personality similarities between them, but it's like they're basically just, they squish these people together.
But the main thing that differentiates them is all the different factions he put them in. Their cars have different abilities.
Right. Yep.
That's what makes them different teams, really.
You got like the Wave Rippers, who have like these jump jet things that they can use, and then you have the Scorchers, who have like metal plating.
Yeah, full metal plating that just appears out of nowhere will be relevant
it's actually
in accelerators.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Frankly, I totally forget what the other ones have.
I think the Kadim's guys just have a grappling hook, don't they?
Oh yeah, the grappling hooks.
Yeah.
They
that's right,
only
yeah.
get a grappling
I know.
hook.
So it's not balanced at all. Tesla clearly
Not
had
at
He
all.
had
favorites.
some good ideas, and then he ran out. He's like, grappling hook.
The Wave Rippers have by far the best ability.
Oh yeah,
It's not even close.
Like being able to fly is kind of busted
Yeah.
in every scenario.
Anyway, so they're formed into different teams. I think, how many teams are there?
I think it's 5 teams.
5 teams. They are set to race on something called Highway 35.
Highway
right?
35.
Or at least that's what Tesla
They
calls
always
it.
announce it so dramatically. They're like,
Right.
Highway 35.
And it's literally just a highway
In, like,
the
the
middle
desert.
of the desert.
Mhm.
Random highway.
Except
right?
it's not.
Except it's not, because it's actually a magic road that travels through different dimensions.
That's right, Beatty. And is created by an ancient race of beings called the Accelerons.
Right. And so then if they win this race, then they get to collect something called the Wheel of Power.
And
Tesla
$1 million.
And the $1 million or the $5 million.
$5 million. Yeah. $5 million
One
for the
each
team.
member of the team.
Yes.
Yeah. Tesla really wants this Wheel of Power. Like really wants it. Right?
Oh, wait, no.
Now-
It's $5 million per person on the team. It's $25 million total.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Tesla's
Okay.
loaded.
Yeah. Anyway,
I feel
he
like $25 million isn't that much for like a world race to eventually save the universe. And
Oh,
you
no,
get
it's
$5
not
million
saving
dollars.
it.
He's not
Nothing to do
telling
with
them
saving
that
the
part.
universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they all, as far as they know, it's just a race, right?
Yeah.
And-
$5 million, yeah, that would be good for a race.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it's super dangerous, and he tells them that it's super dangerous.
But like these
But-
people are all egomaniacs because they're
It's
the best in the
totally
world.
true.
So like, I'm going to pass.
I
you.
mean, they have to hit 300 miles an hour just to start the race.
Which that's higher than almost every car we've ever made.
yes,
Yep.
exactly.
That's why Tesla gives them a special fuel called
Nitrox.
nitrox, which when they press
Oh.
it makes them go uber super fast.
Right.
And he also gives them
Did you just say super
I said
fast?
uber
Uber
super
super
fast. And he also gives them indestructible cars. Well, virtually
The joke was
indestructible
lost on
cars.
Tom.
They're
I've seen
like
a lot of them
super-
be destroyed.
They're like
That's
super,
mostly in accelerators.
They're super tough cars, and they're designed to be like peak efficiency, right? That's their whole thing. So they go through all these different dimensions that are all based around some sort of
theme like
theme.
desert or jungle.
yeah. They're not
They're pretty basic.
they're not the most creative themes in World Race, unfortunately.
Volcano.
But they keep getting sabotaged by this mysterious traitor who is in league with this evil group of They're not called racing drones yet, actually. They're called Clip is the name of it. But they're bad guys. Evil robots.
Yeah.
And
Very evil.
we don't know who the traitor is.
It could be anybody.
He's one of the they are one of the members of the team.
There's only like 2 women in the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can say he.
And so this person is sabotaging the other racers
all throughout the
whole thing. Yeah. So, but the racers continue. Some of them get lost along the way.
There's tricks and traps. They grow to trust each other as teammates, and there's also cross-team friendships because they're like, hey,
right,
everyone's pretty chill, you know?
You
It's
end
a crazy
up
experience.
mostly following the same few characters throughout, despite what I said before about, you know, having to include all those characters and all those cars.
Mhm.
They kind of focus it down on a few. So you got like Vert, you got Lonnie.
Vert
They're
is
on
the main character.
Vert is the main character. He's the POV character.
He's like 16, I think, in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Vert or Kurt?
Vert. Kurt's a different guy.
Kurt's a different guy who's also a main character. It's
Yeah.
Vert, who's the main character.
Vert's the main character.
Kurt, who's like the edgy bad boy.
He's part of the what are the
purple guys.
the city themed guys.
Yeah.
I forget what they are.
Then there's Lonnie.
Lonnie
who's
is
a wave
all wave
ripper.
ripper, also same as Vert.
Yeah.
And then there's Marky,
Mhm.
who's also a wave
He's
ripper.
Vert's, or he's Kurt's brother.
Yep, but he's a wave ripper, and he's very
Yeah, he's just
hot-headed,
youthful.
kinda.
No, he's just youthful and fun
Yeah.
in this one.
well. I guess that's true.
And then you have Kadeem, who's the leader of one of the teams, and he's just
the
like
sand guy.
this
The best guy ever.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
so
Kadeem
cool.
is dope.
He's like, I want this money so I can save my like city state
His
that
village,
he lives in.
like, yeah.
It's not a village. It's like some sort of city or whatever.
5
Yeah.
million wouldn't be enough to save anything other
No, he
than like a
claims that it
village.
could.
It's in American dollars, so maybe the conversion
Oh.
ratio
Yeah.
is nuts.
Fair enough.
Which I'm like, that's fair.
There's Taro Katano.
Mm-hmm.
He is on the Scorchers.
Yeah.
And he is just kind of like
He skied
he's
down
gonna
Mount
Mount
Everest
twice.
twice.
This guy's insane.
Yeah.
That's one of
Like,
the only lines I remember
yeah.
from that
He's
movie.
very like
Yeah.
laid back. Or, like, he's intense.
Yeah.
In
He's
like,
like a calm
very laid
intensity.
back.
well, he's
intense.
He's intense in like a
It's like a stoic intensity.
stoic, yeah, like a stoic
Yeah.
intensity.
But he's also
right?
very
Marcus
competitive because
Aurelius.
multiple times they'll be
Yeah.
going through some dangerous part of the course, and he'll be like, "I'm gonna pass you," and then he just passes.
so good.
them.
It's like his
It's his catchphrase,
catchphrase,
really. Yeah.
yeah.
It's great.
yeah. And those are there's Bonji also, who's
Yeah.
kind of just like a funny guy, like
Mhm.
com-
He's just a
comic
silly
relief.
little guy.
Yeah, he's the leader
Yeah.
of one of the other teams. He's very fun.
Yeah.
Everyone
And
in this
nothing bad will ever happen to him.
exactly.
Nope.
Everyone in this movie is so fun and full of life. They obviously thought through it and gave everyone so much personality. And like the way it's animated too, I like the animation style. It's different, but it's engaging and unique.
So they get to the end of the world race, and it's something called Hot Wheels City.
Yep.
And it's this big old city that's
Uh-huh.
just full of different racetracks, like
Yeah,
all
like
around
you can
it.
go to the top of skyscrapers on roads that lead up to it. It's a city
Yeah.
designed specifically for car use. It's a European would die just looking at it.
The European mind cannot
And
comprehend.
Europeans like us, because
Yes.
we live
Oh
in
yeah,
Lithuania.
Eve goes to
Yeah.
Lithuania.
Right.
Yes.
So
What?
that's where we
That's
live.
where you
Wesley.
are right
Yeah.
now.
That
Wesley.
is true. Yes, I've always been
Bro
here
didn't
in
check his
Lithuania.
flight ticket.
His flight ticket
Man.
to his home.
He's a guest. He doesn't necessarily live here.
Yeah, he's just a little jet lagged. It's all right. So basically at the top of Hot Wheels City, there's the wheel of power is just like floating there,
The wheel of power.
and so you have to like shoot up this super steep ramp at full speed to
yeah,
get it.
like 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, and you would think this thing is huge. By the way, it's not.
No, it's
like
pretty tiny.
it fits.
It's like a yard across,
it's
a meter
inside of
for
one
our
of the
European
cars.
friends, who we are.
So it's not that big. Anyway,
For our regular friends.
Yes.
Is what you mean.
Tesla claims that the wheel of power could be the source of limitless clean energy, for which we actually have no
Because
reason to believe that he's
when
wrong.
he sent him into the tracks, he's like, "You're looking for the wheel of power." So they spend the whole time looking for the wheel of power. Kadeem finds a fake one, but then when they get to Hot Wheels City, they're like, "This is obviously
Yeah.
the real one."
Clearly,
Yeah,
that's
right.
power.
Because it's powering the entire city. It's like, okay.
You mean it's the wheel one?
Oh. Funny thing about the wheel of power though is it's not a hot wheel. It's simply like
it's
almost
like
like
a
a cold
biblically
fusion
accurate.
wheel.
It's like a biblically accurate
bigger
wheel.
Yeah, because it has like 3 spokes. The world race producers staring into the mind of God and be like, I got the wheel.
I just like the thought of a biblically accurate wheel and thinking of what would happen to Greg Farshti's mind if he looked at it. He'd be like, no. It can't be. That's impossible.
Biblically accurate love. Wait.
Anyway, so basically, it manages to get it. They bring it back to Tesla. Tesla hooks it up, and it immediately short circuits the entire North American
because he's like,
power
this
grid.
thing is
Why would it short circuit the entire North? They're not tied together, are they?
We know
So
this.
I watched this scene. Here's what happens. He goes and he's like, somehow I have this device that can transmit this limitless energy across the entire world. He plugs it in. It starts going haywire after 15 seconds. And by the time he shuts it down, it has fried, he says, the North American power grid. Presumably the rest of the world was too far away to be totally affected.
Lithuania stands unaffected.
Yeah. But I'm standing there like, why did you, no experimentation at all, immediately plug it into the power grid?
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
are you stupid?
Bro is a bit reckless. Oh, his heart is in the right place.
Yes,
you know?
because he
How do
wants
you-
to give free, limitless
How
energy.
do you plug a wheel into a power
That's
grid?
what I
Well,
was
it kind of just sits there, actually. It
kind
of floats.
Yeah, it like floats in like a
He's doing it through
device.
induction, you know?
Oh, there we
There
go.
you
There we go.
That's why I said it's a device of some sort, because
Yeah.
it is only a device of some
It's
variety.
probably
Not
magnetism or
only
something.
is
who
it
knows?
device, it is a plot device.
Anyway, so there are these like robots that I don't know if they refer to them as drones in this or not, but
They are, yeah, it's a
yeah.
drone.
So the drones show up and they start attacking the racers.
Yeah, they show up to the big cube that Tesla's
Yeah.
base is, and they're like, give us the wheel, or in 2 minutes we're gonna blow you all up.
Right. Yeah, the base where all the racers meet is literally just this cube with a bunch of Hot Wheels logos
Yeah, it's
on it.
like a big gray cube in the middle of the desert. It looks like an AI data center.
Literally has little red Hot Wheels logos all over
Yeah.
the whole thing. I think
It's
it's
Pretty sick.
excellent.
I
Yeah.
like it.
It is actually kind of cool.
Yeah. So then all the people are like, well, Tesla, obviously you suck at using the wheel. We don't want to give it to the drones because they seem evil. They drive all pure black cars and have like
Yeah.
lasers
And
on
they've
their
been trying
cars.
to kill the racers throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Because they're the ones who hired the traitor,
Right.
who was revealed to be Kurt. Dun,
Not
dun.
Kurt!
I know. I couldn't believe it. It was Kurt the whole
Basically,
time.
it turned out that Kurt like really needed money or something.
Yeah, I need money. He's like, man, it was so good. And he's like, and the drones never said I had to kill anyone, just, prevent them from continuing the race. Even though one of the traps he set was like to flood the entire track with lava.
Right.
It's like, I feel like that's kind of lethal, just a little bit.
Also, this whole time we've been seeing the lady who hired Kurt, and she turns out to be a drone actually at the end.
Yes.
And so then her name is Galorum. She won't show up later ever. She's not important at all.
No, not important at all.
Yep.
Anyway, the drones are like, give us the wheel or we're going to attack. So then all the racers are like, why don't we just put the wheel back in Hot Wheel City where the drones can't get it? And so they all form up inside the thing, and then they all race out past the drones, like just plowing through them with their special powers and stuff. So then it's this huge race through the desert, through Highway 35, back to Hot Wheels City. And it's pretty cool and well
It
done.
actually is really cool.
And that's when it's revealed that Galorum is a drone, because Kurt's like, you said you wouldn't hurt any of the racers. They're humans just
Then
like
her
you.
like skin splits apart.
Yeah,
and-
no, she has like half her face
Yeah.
ripped off because
Oh,
she
that's what it
crashed
is,
her
right,
helicopter,
yeah.
and she's like, I'm not human. And he's like, yikes.
I have made
Anyway,
a severe and continuous lapse in judgment.
He then turns out to like join the racers and help them. And
Yeah.
he turns out-
His heart's in the right-ish place.
yeah.
Motivated
He's
by
not-
money.
Yeah.
He isn't evil. He's just a little selfish and greedy.
A lot selfish and greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
but
a proc, I approve.
enough about that. True.
Yes.
True. We love this guy.
He didn't go far enough.
Yeah. But also the drones were trying to kill his brother, so he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of that. So,
Rip Marky.
yeah. So eventually they go through and it's neck and neck, but Vert manages to put the wheel back in Hot Wheel City, and the drones are like, grrr, you got us.
Wait,
and they all
why
fly
can't
away.
they get it from Hot Wheel City?
No explanation. As soon as they put the wheel back, the drones just are like, they did it. And then they turn back and fly out. And
Which
they're
is
just gone.
funny. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Within the context of what happens later, it's funny.
I know. You're just like, okay, it's totally unexplained.
Yeah.
So then like all the main racers are standing in Hot Wheels City and they're like, man, this is so cool. I love this. I can't wait to come back to Hot Wheels City, which will be fine for all time.
Nothing bad will happen
Yeah.
to this place.
But then Tesla's still willing to pay out the $5 million per racer because he's a cool and base guy like that. Kadim's like, man, I sure could have used that money to help. And then Vert's like, I'll just give you all my money. Kadim's
Yeah.
like, sweet, thanks.
His Vert is like 16.
Yeah, he lives
just
with his dad.
He lives with his dad in like Laguna Beach or something, and he's like just
Imagine
vibing.
imagine your 16-year-old son comes back with $5 million. What would you do?
He does come back with a really nice car.
He does
though.
come back with a
so
sick
he gets
car.
to keep his car. Which, if you know anything about Hot Wheels, his car is the famous Deora 2,
Who?
and it is a
It's
sick
the second
vehicle.
one.
Yep.
I don't. Is
Dope.
there a first
There is a
Deora?
Deora. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does it
Deora
look
1.
the same, or is it
No,
like a totally
it's
different?
totally different car.
Okay, so they just give stuff random names
Yeah, pretty much.
based.
The only similarity is that it's kind of also rounded-ish.
Imagine having a franchise where you just name things very similarly that are nothing like each other. Carzani.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So then the movie kind of ends on a happy note. It's like the wheels back. Tesla's not going to blow up any more power grids. That everyone has these sick, indestructible cars. Kadim has his $5 million, and Vert gets to go back knowing he's the best racer in the world. Very cool.
That's the Deora 1.
I mean, it kind of
I said it looked similar-ish.
Yeah. You can see where they got the
So
second
dumb.
one.
Yeah, it's an ugly
It's a
car.
funky look. I feel like there's a cool design there. It just needs to be.
This is the Deora
Reformed.
2.
That also kind of looks dumb.
How dare you?
I feel
That's
justified.
a stupid
Yeah,
angle, but
I'm
yeah, it's
with-
not
I'm
the.
with Samuel.
It is
It-
not the best looking car. The version in Accelerators is a little cooler looking.
You're all wrong, but that's okay.
But we digress about the Deora 2. So the movie ends, and overall, it's not actually that great of a movie. Like it has
it's a pretty good.
kind
I don't
of
know, it's pretty
pacing
good.
issues. There are way too many characters. It's like you don't
It's
need this
really
many
hard
characters.
to keep track of all the characters.
Yeah. But the racers are really, really likable, and Dr. Tesla has a sick character design and voice and just presence. It's like, oh, this guy's interesting. And he has a little robot servant called Gig, who's also fun.
I met this guy the other day that looked like Dr. Tesla. It was freaking me out.
You're like, I think this guy wants the wheel of power. you go over with a coin. You're like, what do you think about this? And you start like rotating. Anyway, so that is Highway 35 events, which are important for
World Race
Acceleracers.
is the name of it, not Highway 35. Highway 35 is technically the name of the series, actually.
So that was like supposed to just be like kind of a standalone movie. Then they did Acceleracers, which are 4 movies altogether. So this is where we come into the events of Acceleracers proper. And when we mention characters and whatever, we'll go over them specifically, which I have the notes. Far
Acceleracers
down.
is the direct sequel to
Yes.
World Race.
It's-
However, it's not made by the same people, which is important to note.
Yes, which is why there are some differences and why it is the best movies or TV movie series ever created.
Because
Wow,
it
true.
wasn't made by the same people.
Well, yeah, those old people sucked.
Wrong, actually.
Thomas is like, we
there's a-
gave them over to the
There's a
drones.
really good... Oh my
And
god.
it was too good for them.
There's a really good interview with the guy who wrote World Race, and I can't remember his name, but if I find it, I'll shout it out.
Okay.
And he has a really good interview that talks about the whole, like, how he came up with the whole story and everything. It's really excellent. And actually, the original conception of it came from a D&D campaign that he was running. So Ignition, Thomas, take us through it.
Wait, Sam, do you want to take us through Ignition or?
No, I don't know enough. I am.
Oh yeah, you're not a huge
Samuel
Acceleracers.
and I
Okay,
are.
so-
We've only seen it
Thomas and I
briefly.
can
yeah.
go back and forth. We've probably both seen it.
We have seen them. Wesley and I have seen them, but we have not consumed them with the just avid passion of Jacob and
You've
Thomas.
seen them. We've experienced
Yeah, I
them.
guess so.
Except
Yeah.
when it comes to Scirocco.
Scirocco
Sakamoto.
is transcendental.
You cannot
Scirocco
just
is
see
like-
Scirocco.
Guys, we're not at Scirocco yet. We got to save it for the Scirocco
If you've
discussion.
seen previous episodes of the Paraka Talk Show, you'll know.
We talk about Chiraco extensively
Yeah,
on the previous
yeah.
Paraka Talk Show
Yep.
episodes.
Mhm.
That and love, doors, and wheels.
Yeah.
Wait, this whole thing is about wheels. I just realized this is a very
Yeah.
Bionicle
There's
antithetical
some
podcast.
subtle love in it.
Wait,
And
is there no
many
love
doors.
in Bionicle?
Love isn't canon.
Love is
in
not
Bionicle.
canon.
It's not canon.
All right.
Yeah.
So what
Wheels
happens in
and
Mask
doors.
of
Those are
Love,
like the
bro?
two things cars have.
Cars are like 50% wheels and or doors. Greg is
And
like,
Chiraco
no.
loves that.
True. Draco
The
does love
anti-Greg has been found.
the anti-Greg equation.
1 gram of Greg to 1 gram of anti-Greg creates 10 billion joules of energy. That's what's powering the wheel of power.
I was gonna say that's what blew out Power Grid.
North America can't handle this much power. Anyway, so Ignition starts by a cold open scene of Dr. Tesla in his sick purple and silver car being pursued by drones as he's in Hot Wheel City trying to grab the wheel of power. However, since he's trying to grab it, or when he's trying to grab it, a drone flyer comes in and shoots him out of the sky. And he's like, oh no. He doesn't say that actually, but you can see it. You can imply it because he's falling down off of a skyscraper in a car. And so his car wrecks out hard and like his arm and helmet fall off. He's like, And then an evil drone comes down.
Big boy.
Yeah, just jumps out of his car down towards Tesla and starts ripping through the bottom of Tesla's overturned car to get him.
The indestructible car.
These are
Nearly indestructible.
Oh.
You gotta remember the drones are stupid strong.
Yeah, the drones have legitimate super strength.
And
Yeah.
presumably the bottom of the car would probably be the weakest spot besides maybe the
Fair.
glass.
True.
Yeah.
The tires, for some reason, are completely indestructible.
Actually,
Like-
glass almost never breaks in this show.
no, they break through multiple windshields. The drones do.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty rare that it happens on accident.
I would
you know?
imagine that it was a pragmatic choice. They were like, we
Yeah.
don't really want
Yeah.
to do the physics on breaking
An
glass.
early 2000s 3D animated show is not going to do glass particle
Yeah.
physics super well. Anyway, so the drone is ripping through the car.
Which, by the way, to be clear, these drones look different than the ones we
Yeah.
saw previously.
They're green and black.
Theoretically, they're supposed to be the same guys, but
They got upgrades,
yeah.
okay?
Upgrades.
Even though in
people
flash-
upgrades.
Even though in flashbacks they look the same as the Acceleracers version, so it's like they went through a small goth phase where they were all black human-looking guys, then they went back to their original
Just trying
roots.
something out.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, wait, I'm doing something. Yeah. Anyway, so before the drone is about to kill him, he presses a button and teleports into the desert of Highway 35 face down. He's like, ugh. And that's when we cut away. Title card. Acceleracers.
Bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam,
So
bam.
that's a bit of a hook for the whole series. It's like, what was going on there? Well, Tesla got wrecked, but what else was going on there? Oh, and I forgot to mention, the drones also then grab the wheel of power.
So-
Yes.
Yeah.
Which makes zero sense
Wow.
with what we saw in the previous
It does
movie.
kind of make sense. They're like, we don't want to keep fighting these guys. We'll just go away for 5 minutes. They'll leave, and then we come in and take
It's
it.
actually low-key kind of smart.
There is also a way to justify it, but when we get into the ontology of accelerators,
The
well,
ontology of accelerators. What? That's a new sentence right there.
Never been said
Never been-
sentence
I'll bring
before.
it up. So, and then 2 years have passed since World Race, and 2 factions are setting up a race.
The Teku
I rhymed race with race, I
and the
noticed.
Metal Maniacs.
Yeah. So the Teku are led by a brash, angsty guy called Nolo, who's like,
20.
yeah, he's a weird guy. But Vert is like, I should be the one to race, because best racer in the world,
Yeah, literally
it wasn't a
won the
complete
world
fluke
race.
that I won with my jetpack car. And so Vert is like, that's why I should be picked. He's like, I've been coming out here to surf since before I could drive, because they're on cliffs in California where they live. And then Nolo, who's the leader, is like, whatever, man. I've been driving since before I could drive. And then Kurt, who's on the tech team, is like, what does that even mean?
So yeah, Kurt is now joined. He has now joined the Teku, the Teku are made up a lot of the Wave Rippers.
Yeah, we'll go over the Teku because all of them are present here.
Yeah.
So the Teku as a faction are my favorite faction in the show.
Which, by the way, they've gone from 5 factions now down to 2.
Yes.
Just to be clear.
Yes. Let me be clear. Well, if you count the drones as a faction. We'll get to it. We'll get to the different factions.
human factions.
Two human factions, yes.
Sort of.
So the Teku, their aesthetic is like white and blue, and they have orange, black, and yellow as secondary colors. And they're very sleek, modern, and just overall cool-looking cars. I don't know how to describe it.
They got like a mix of like
clean.
ocean, ocean like surfer vibe with like a city grunge punk aesthetic. It's a lot of graffiti style.
Yeah. But like clean graffiti.
Yeah.
And very music oriented as well. They have to be experienced. That's what I'll keep saying about this stuff. Because it sounds kind of disparate at first, but when you watch it, you're like, I get it now.
Imagine if EDM was a person. And then imagine if that person was a car.
Then imagine that car was driven by a person.
Listening to
EDM. That would be the Teku.
Yeah. And the Teku, their cars are all outfitted with jump jets, and most of them have grappling hooks as well, because they're kind of an evolution of the Wave Rippers. And they also have music, which is used as an offensive weapon multiple times throughout the show.
It's like the boom boxes in Mario Kart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. And so they have a few people on their team. They have Vert, obviously, which must have been a huge pool. They're like, oh my gosh, we got the best racer in the world, which no one really knows, because how are you going to prove you went to a different dimension and raced through all this stuff when you can't open it up again?
A lot of the people now on the Teku
world
in the world race.
Yeah.
Including Kurt.
Yeah, so in this series, Vert is still the main character, although it is an ensemble cast. And I think he's pretty cool, but he's like cool in an understated way. And his arc will be very low key, but important at the end. So keep that in mind. And then there's Kurt, who's obviously the traitor from last time, and he's just like he's not really edgy. He's just kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's so weird trying to analyze this show.
He's just kind of like, he's got an edge. He's not edgy, but he has an edge. You know, like there's this like kind of.
He's kind of in the Kalma Kongu category where he's not like overly exaggerated on any character trait. He just kind of has a few that are all pretty equal with each other. Yeah. So he just has charisma. He's a good driver. He doesn't have super obvious flaws that aren't directly addressed in the plot, which we'll get to those as well.
Some pretty like passive leadership skills too. People listen to him. He's got
because he's a reasonable person.
It also helps he's one of the older drivers on the team.
Yeah, and then of course he's still brothers with his brother. Crazy,
What?
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
But we'll get to him in the Metal Maniac section. But just
Marky?
keep in mind that relationship is important, and we know something bad happened between them. And then there's Nolo, who's the hot-headed leader of the Teku. He's I was driving before I could drive. That's why I should drive in this race.
Just like Nolo.
Nolo
so
is,
much.
At the beginning, he's super jerkwad. Onua levels of like, oh man, I hate you. You're stupid.
He's just so arrogant and so like.
Yeah, he's a loser and a jerk to start with, and no one really respects him. He's only the leader because his brother was the leader, and he died in a car crash during a race. So it's like, they made him the leader out of pity or something.
Yeah,
I'm not
pretty
exactly sure. I'm like, is this like a hereditary
Nolo is
leadership?
very forceful in his leadership, though.
Yeah.
So it's probably
I'm
just
the leader.
Yeah.
Very much like that. Yeah. However, he does get some cool character change going through, which we'll address. And then there's also Karma, who Karma Ice is her full name.
Ice.
And it's spelled E-I-S-S, not I-C. She's a pretty interesting character, but in the most understated way possible. You have to watch it a few times to truly understand the brilliance of this character.
She's also very Kurt-like in that she's
very Kurt in her demeanor, get it? Because she's like,
She's also a bit on the older side and a little more experienced than some of the others.
Yeah. But we'll get into her kind of in plot elements because that's where you see most of her character. But she's a calm and rational person, and she never crashes
And she's
or
part
loses.
of the Metal Mania.
No, she's part of the Teku.
The Teku.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
like,
No, yeah, she's a rage.
Trust me, none of the Metal Maniacs.
We'll see more
are
of Karma
calm or
because she
right.
is plot relevant. And then last but not least, and most plot relevant, we have Shirako.
Shirako. Wait, you're gonna mention Shirako before he
He's
actually
there.
shows
He's there
up?
at the beginning.
he is.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's setting up music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Shirako is, I have in my notes here, the best because he is the best.
He is
He's
the
just
best. He's like Hafu
When I
levels of
say the
good.
show cannot be told, it can only be experienced. Shirako is the epitome of this. Anything we say about Shirako will sound stupid and lame, but when watching the show, you will understand. Please, guys, I implore you, watch the show, at least for Scirocco, because he is mind-blowingly transcendent. I can't say any other words about him, but he can say some words for himself.
For himself.
Most of them being, yo.
Yes,
Yo.
because he has the fewest lines of dialogue in the entire show, and most of them, here's a representative example. Yo, giddy up. That's most of his dialogue in the show.
Talks about tunes a lot.
Yeah. Yo, you're messing with my tunes. Like, just go to the Acceleracers wiki and look at his quotes. It's hysterical.
Yep.
And it's 95%
Yeah,
of
it's
all
most
his
of
lines.
his dialogue in the entire show.
Yep.
So, yeah,
You can't explain
I can't
him.
explain
You can't
it.
describe him. He just is.
He just is.
He's an ontological fact.
Yes, and he serves no real purpose in the show. He could be gone and the plot would be almost entirely unaffected.
But the show would be that much
fundamentally
worse.
different. Yes. Yeah. So the Teku, going back to the plot now, they're setting up a race with the Metal Maniacs, who are the other human faction. And so the Metal Maniacs have kind of like that
Rough and
Metal
tumble.
aesthetic.
rock and roll.
Mad Max aesthetic.
Yeah, they do kind of have Mad
Yeah,
Max
a little
aesthetic.
bit of a Mad Max.
Yeah.
Just very like welder,
Yeah.
like, you know, what you think of when you think of like the stereotypical, like, you know, kind of just like
Give a bunch of
blue
Harley
collar-
Davidson guys into supercars.
Yeah.
That's essentially
basically-
what you have.
So, like, you talked about how I don't know, you said if you took EDM and turned it into a person, right? It's like, that's correct way to think about, because the Teku, that's the kind of music they listen to, and it makes sense. It's like, okay, that kind of relates to the way their cars are designed and their personality, the type of person you would expect to listen to that type of music, right? Okay, so Metal Maniacs, right? It's like
Big metal.
heavy metal, the type of person you would envision listening to metal music is what they're based off of.
Yeah.
And so it is very like hardcore, very edgy, rough.
Lots of spikes and skulls and
Yeah,
red
and fire.
and fire.
And all their colors are like red and black, and they have chrome and orange/brown as their secondary colors. And they're all their cars are like loud and whatever.
I just think it's
Lots of
important to
chrome.
note that both factions are based around music. Like, which is
The Teku
it's interesting.
more-
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
was gonna
just
say,
saying,
the Teku are very much
like,
more
yes,
so.
definitely so. But I'm saying, like, they clearly both were rooted in
The aesthetic of the musical.
yeah,
culture.
Yeah.
which is an interesting choice,
And
because
both
it's
of
like
their
you didn't have to do
songs,
that.
like the songs they have associated with the teams in the show, are both really cool.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty equal aesthetics in my opinion. I prefer the Teku because they're cooler, but you know, other people don't. Then they're wrong. Wait, do you guys prefer Teku or Metal Maniacs?
Teku entirely because of Scirocco.
But yeah,
Teku.
Scirocco aside,
I
and
feel
Pork
like
Chop
I have
aside.
some deep bias towards the Teku, but I'm not sure exactly why. Because like there are elements that I really like of them, but like I always liked them significantly more as a kid without like good reason. Like I can explain why. And if I had to guess, it's because most of the really important characters are in
Yeah.
Teku, and so it's like Vert is
The show
in
is
Teku.
biased towards the
It is.
Teku.
So I think that's
For good
probably
reason.
why. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand.
The
that.
Metal Maniacs, don't get me wrong, are really cool
Yeah,
too.
they're cool.
And they're good in their own way.
They're just
just-
less
They
important.
look like they would be just dirty group, like physically.
Oh,
dirty
yeah,
group.
they
for
are.
sure.
Yeah.
They've
You
never
wouldn't want to
seen a
hang out
shower.
with them. I could hang out with Scirocco, obviously.
The only person
Vert,
in that
but
group who's
not
ever
Roadhog.
like even taken a shower or knows what one is Taro.
Yeah. However, their
he has
abilities,
more of like a greaser aesthetic.
he does have a bit of
Yes,
a
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And in World Race, he looks exactly like a greaser.
He
Like
does,
they changed his
yeah.
character design. Yeah. But their abilities, I think, are actually more useful because they have like giant metal ramming rods that can stick into like pretty much anything. They have giant plow shields, or they have the thing from World Race where they can just completely cover their car in metal. It's like, oh, that's
And
really
that is
useful.
completely covered, including the windshield, by the way.
Yes. I don't know how they see.
They don't.
It
They
covers,
go off vibes,
yeah, it
bro.
covers the windshield, the tires, literally everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fun. And all the cars have grappling hooks and parachutes as well.
Yeah.
Because that's a standard thing now. They're not
So
like,
who
I
are
guess you get a
the,
parachute.
Who are the main characters of the Metal Maniacs?
The Metal Maniacs,
Thomas?
good question. Racing against Nolo in this beginning race is Torque. So
Torque is the leader.
He's the leader of the Metal Maniacs, and he is ginormous. The top of him is like 3 normal people size.
He's huge.
His legs are normal size,
His
which is very
arms
funny.
are thicker than his head.
Yes, literally. But he's actually a chill dude who's just based all around. Like, he has no moral failings. He's just cool like that. However, he doesn't have a whole lot of personality. He's just kind of a cool guy. But the reason Nolo wants to race against him is because Torque was the one racing against Nolo's brother when he died. Because he saw Torque's and Nolo's cars kind of hit together, and then they went around a turn, and Tone's car flipped out and exploded. Which I'm like, should have had the invincible car, bro. So Nolo's like, Torque killed him, obviously. I'm going to get this guy. And Torque's like, I didn't kill him. He just took a turn bad. Get wrecked, bozo. So there's a lot of bad blood starting off there. However, Torque is base, so he's right, of course. And then...
Spoilers.
No, I'm just saying from an emotional level.
Oh, okay.
He's based incorrect. Yeah. So then next character we have is, I'll actually do Monkey because he's there. He's just like this little freaky little gremlin guy.
Little freak.
Yeah, and he can like all the characters in this series are superhuman to some degree. Most of the Teku are in range with what normal humans might be able to do. The Metal Maniacs, like the brawny ones, have legitimate super strength, like punch through walls, like throw 200 tons
Pick up
of metal.
tires just over their head.
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
I mean,
That's
what
super strength for you.
Sorry, I mean wheels. Whole wheels.
Like wheel and tire.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're like it's nothing.
I can pick up a wheel.
Yeah.
I'm strong.
Yes.
Anyway, Monkey is superhuman in that can jump like 12 feet in the air. He's basically a Toa at that point. It's crazy. So he acts like a cartoon character essentially. Which, given they're in kind of a cartoon,
Given that they're a cartoon.
yeah.
Monkey's just like the very stereotypical kind of like awkward, really smart mechanic kind of guy.
Yeah. And then last in this segment, before we introduce the other ones, there's Taro. So Taro is just low-key cool guy. You know, I'm going to pass you. That sort of thing.
He's returning from World Race. He was a Scorcher.
And now he's a Metal Maniac because they're kind of an evolution of the Scorchers. And all the girls in the show like Taro.
Yeah.
Which is funny. But it's just like...
I can't blame him.
Yeah, based. And he's a very likable...
What do you mean by that?
Taro's cool.
Taro is cool. And he's also super likable as a character.
Yeah.
Because he's super competent. He's not a rage monster.
Yeah.
You kind of wonder why he's with the Metal Maniacs at all. Like, I don't see him being Teku, but I don't see him being Metal Maniac. Because literally everyone else in the Metal Maniac is insane
Except
on
Torque.
some level. Torque is kind of crazy as well.
Yeah, in a different way.
It's just compared to the rest.
Taro did ski down Mount Everest twice.
True. That's true, yeah. Anyway, so Taro's also there. And then going back to it, the race...
Wait, you forgot about Wild.
No, I'm going to get to him.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There's one more character, but they'll be introduced shortly. Because the race begins and Nolo and Torque go down literally a road that's just like 2 inches to the edge of a cliff
It's
into
like
the ocean.
Highway 1, if you've ever driven that in California.
On the east coast of
But we're here in
Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Yes. It's Highway 1 in California. So they're going like 140 miles an hour along this road. And both of them are not happy with each other. And so at a moment, Nolo's like, I wonder if I can just kill this guy. So he starts trying to ram Torque off the road. But Torque's car is obviously heavier. And he presses a button and just shoots flames all along Nolo's car. And so they're kind of like jostling for position now. But that's when our last Metal Maniac character for now gets introduced. And that's Wild, who through this whole time has been driving towards the race because no one told him that it was starting because no one really likes Wild. Yeah.
Including the Metal Maniacs.
And it's, because he's a Metal Maniac and he is actually Marky from World Race, but now he has a super edgy like design and he talks edgy and his car is edgy. It has like this squealing, screaming sound as it drives.
He has tattoos now, right?
Yeah, he has a
His
ton of
gear
tattoos.
shift is a skull.
Yeah, it's a skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a cool guy.
And he's having flashbacks to how
He's
Kurt...
got tattoos.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
And so he holds a lot of a grudge.
And he has tattoos.
Whoa, really?
He's got these tattoos on him, you see. Yeah. And he's so jaded because he went from this carefree, happy-go-lucky guy to this current iteration because he was doing some sort of deal with Kurt. Kurt was the one who got him into it. And then something went wrong. Kurt didn't go to jail, but Marky went to jail. And so that's where he learned all his skills. I don't know how he learned how to drive that well in jail.
He got
but-
radicalized
He was
in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that's why he's super bitter, and he hates Kurt's guts because he's like, you left me to rot in prison.
Yeah.
And so he's driving.
And you know that because he literally says a line.
Yeah, you left me to rot in prison. It's a very quotable show. So he's driving down, and as Nolo and Torque are jostling for position, Wild comes up behind them, goes through the tiny gap between their cars, sending them both like flying off the road on either side. And he's like, go Wild, because he thinks he's winning, but like he's not even a part of the race. And everyone else on the sidelines is like, what is he doing? But then
he lives up to his name.
Yeah.
By the way, his name is spelled W-Y-L-D.
Yes, because he's wild. And as he thinks he's the coolest guy around, but everyone else thinks he's kind of a loser, and the show kind of treats him like, no, you're not that cool,
They
bro.
all call him Marky.
Yeah.
Except for some of the Metal Maniacs.
Most of the Maniacs call him Wild, but Vert calls it, or Kurt calls him Marky.
So does Vert.
Vert does occasionally, yeah. Then, as Wild is going through unopposed, Gig, the little droid that works for Dr. Tesla, shows up in the middle of the road, and Wild's like, and he presses the brake super fast and spins off the road. And so he has to grappling hook up. And this is when Gig is like, okay, I need all the world racers who worked for Dr. Tesla to come on work on a new project. And so all the world racers are like, oh yeah, we got to go help Dr. Tesla first because we want nitrox again, because he didn't give him any more nitrox when the whole entire
Cut off
thing.
their supply. They were
Exactly.
going through withdrawals.
Yeah,
They're tweaking out, bro. Just a little bit of nitro.
I would settle for like 240 miles an hour, okay, guys? Yeah. So, all of the racers are like, I'm going to go do it. And they also probably think, another $5 million? That's great.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then Karma, who wasn't a world racer, and Monkey both follow all of the previous world racers because, like, what's going on? And Monkey's like, how much are we getting paid? This sounds like this job pays a lot. And so they all go, and Wild's like, are we going to finish the race? And they're like, who cares, bro? So they all go to Tesla's old base, but it's all abandoned. And he's like, oh, you got to go to my new base. And so it's this big holographically disguised base that looks like a mesa. And they have to make a jump into it and then, like, go onto this big old ramp, which leads into this giant race auditorium.
When you say they have to go into it, like, it looks as though they're going to jump into
a mesa,
wall.
yeah, but it's just an illusion.
Yeah, so they go through and it's a hologram.
Yeah. So.
And by the way, these people are so insane, they just do it.
Yeah.
With
No
no
questions
hesitation.
asked. Yeah.
And then Monkey stops because he's not an idiot.
And they do this all after driving through a bunch of stone columns
Yeah.
that are super tight at like 120 miles an hour.
Monkey is the audience in this
Yeah.
in this show.
Monkey is like the worst driver of the group, and he's
Yeah.
very scared. He's like, what the heck is going
Yeah.
on? And important thing to note, his car can only go up to 200 miles an
Yeah.
hour.
Only
on his,
200.
Only 200. I know. He's
Wow.
a slow bro, but that will be funny later. So then they go into the base, and they're like, whoa, this is so cool. And Tesla gets on like these holograms. He's like, this is the Acceladrome, because everything has to be Accela
Accela,
themed.
naturally.
Yes. Yeah. And he
But
says,
he's all jacked up.
oh, you don't see that yet.
You don't see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Spoilers.
Edit it out. Edit it out.
Yeah. And so he's like, the wheel of power that somehow he has a copy of, which we'll explain later, is opening portals to new racing realms, and he needs drivers to go through the realms. So he's like, obviously, you guys are those drivers. And this is where he also rolls out Kadeem, who has been racing with him. And Kadeem's like, heck yeah, this is such a cool gig. I love doing this.
My friends.
Yeah,
Points
exactly.
to the robot.
Yeah.
This is such a cool gig.
Exactly.
I have to say how excited I was to see Kadeem
I know,
back. 'cause
Kadeem is
the
great.
best.
And they're like, Kadeem, how's the city going? He's like, it's going well, but I also want to help Tesla. He just wants to race. I know it. He's like, who cares about all those losers that I'm their king of or something. He's in some position of authority. It's kind of unclear. And so they all catch up with each other. Then they meet Lonnie, who was a wave ripper, and she's like, I've been working for Dr. Tesla as well, and now we can explain some more stuff to you before you start going into the realm.
Lonnie's working as like the kind of like controller and
HR
mechanic.
department. Because Tesla is not a warm, fuzzy kind of
Not
guy.
at
He's
all.
like, I want results kind of guy.
So she does a lot of like the interfacing with the actual racers and stuff.
Yeah. She's the one that they talk to mostly. So they bring him in and they start giving him a briefing. They're saying Galorum actually has the real wheel of power, but Tesla scanned the wheel, and for some reason those matching frequencies can act like the real wheel and open up the realms, which is like, okay. And they do it through a giant hologram projection because they have hologram technology, obviously. Yeah, obviously. And so they're also like, okay, well, why doesn't like Tesla just go through the realms? And then Tesla comes out in this full body like mech cast, and he's like, because look what they did to me.
It's actually kind of
it's a pretty cool scene, yeah. And you're like, okay, that makes sense why you couldn't drive, because you can barely move. And he says that the drones are also getting stronger because each realm they go into and win, they come back with an additional ability. So he's like, we've never won before. I don't know what they actually have. So you guys need to go through and start getting some abilities, or the drones are going to be completely unstoppable. So as they're all talking, a realm opens up and they're like, okay, we got to go through the realm. And so Tesla's like, wait, I also got you your nitrox. So he gives them all nitrox and they go into...
Do they get the new cars at this point?
No, they bring in their cars. So they all go through and they get up to 300 miles an hour to go into the realm. But Monkey's car can only go 200. So he's like, what am I supposed to do? And so when he hits like this super booster towards the end of the track, it just entirely breaks his
Snaps
speedometer.
off the speedometer.
Yeah. And it somehow either had no glass in front of it or it breaks the glass in front of it because it like flies past his face.
And he does his famous, wow.
Yeah. So they go into the realm. And they get into the storm realm, which is a bunch of giant floating tracks that are getting constantly zapped by lightning everywhere.
And for what it's worth, this realm looks nothing like the world race realms.
These realms are completely different.
The world race realms were very grounded and like realistic in some way, and then the storm realm doesn't look anything like that.
It's just a bunch of floating tracks in the middle of a giant storm.
And actually, one of the characters even comments like, "How is it all being held up?" And
then Taro's like, ask the Accelerons.
And that's it.
That's
no
the only explanation.
It looks a lot like the old Hot Wheel tracks taken to like fantastical.
It's like
extremes.
the actual Hot Wheel track just placed in crazy locations.
Yeah, right.
Which I like and appreciate. I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's all orange.
And it's easy to see the track because it is orange. It's like, okay, that's actually a practical purpose to have it be orange and have arrows on it as well. So I'm like, that's cool. So, as they go through, they start encountering the racing drones who have a sick black and green color scheme with like transparent green wheels with a bit of red on them. And they have this epic theme, the do-do-do-do-do, like, you have to listen to it, guys. I promise.
You have to experience it.
Because I want to go on a bit of a tangent here. The music and sound design of the show is incredible.
Which is not something that can be said of a lot of shows and movies of this era.
Yeah, exactly. The sound design, you know what faction is on screen just from the sound their car makes. For every faction. It's so interesting. Teku, Metal Maniac, I'm like, wow, that's so nice. And they all sound cool and good as well. They're not just distinct, they're also good. Which I'm like, wow, that is rare to have. And then everyone also has their own music tracks and stings and whatever. So, I like it. I want to do a deeper analysis, but now is not the time.
Will there be any time for that?
Acceleracers podcast win.
Oh! Anyway, so they go through the realms, and the drones are using crazy powers from these little things called Accelechargers. Like, one of them turns them, like, 2D, essentially, which lets them go through cars. One of them allows them to just teleport ahead on the track, which is busted as all get out. It's like, that's cheating. Yeah.
The Accelechargers are literally cheating. That is their point.
Yeah. And then the drones also have, like, balls of energy that they can charge up and shoot at the racers, as well as little, like, spy drones that fly around the whole track and show where to go. It's like, oh, man, I think you're cheating. This seems not in the spirit of what you're supposed to do. And so they're fighting the drones the whole time, and they're having to pull off crazy maneuvers just to kind of like break even with them. But then things go wrong because a drone knocks Kadeem off the edge. And as we said, this is just floating over essentially a bunch of nothing. And so Kadeem uses his parachute and he's slowly floating down. And so Vert sees him, he's on a lower track, and he prepares to shoot his grappling hook. He hits it, it flies, and misses Kadeem. And Kadeem is like, oh no. And then a drone from above shoots an energy ball and blows up Kadeem's parachute, and he just falls into the abyss. And everyone's like, Kadim! But he's gone, and they don't get him back. It's like, dang, the stakes here are pretty high.
Yeah.
Because they just killed the coolest character. Yeah.
Second coolest.
Yeah.
Who's the coolest?
Chiraka.
True. I don't count Scirocco.
I am the
on level.
Scirocco advocate here.
You're like, this is my purpose.
That's why you invited me here, right?
For what it's worth, at this point, the only characters that are in the race are the people who have already been in the world race, Karma and Monkey.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which is most of the characters.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Oh, and Torque for some reason.
Torque's not here. No,
he's not. You're right.
Yeah. So then they go in. Wild is also there, I believe.
Well,
Marky.
he was
But
in
he
the
was
world
in
race.
the world race.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I always forget that because Wild and Marky seem like two entirely separate characters to me. They do a good job with that. Prison changes a man. He's also huge. Like he's way bigger.
He's
than,
ripped. Yeah.
Not as big as Torque though.
No.
So they eventually, the drones win the race, obviously, and everyone else is like, oh, dang. So they have to go through, but Vert's like, no, I want to look for Kadim. And then Lonnie's like, you actually only have an hour in the realm, and it's like 2 minutes until it closes. And he's like, what the heck? Why didn't you tell us this before? And she says, Dr. Tesla thought it would distract you from your driving. I'm like, Tesla, I think that would help them get through the course faster, you fool.
Yeah.
Tesla
Because the world race didn't have a time limit.
It didn't have a time limit. You could take your time.
Tesla keeps strategically withholding information that really hurts them.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
It's a repeating motif.
would be
for him.
recurring.
What's
thing.
interesting though is like it's not really a stain on his character because he just doesn't
doesn't
think
care
about those
about
kinds
people.
of things.
He doesn't care about people. It's
no.
not a stain on his
He
character,
does.
though.
I'll say
he
this.
does. It's like
He has a very strict list of priorities, and people are like number 4 or 5 on
Yeah.
there. It's not that he doesn't care; he just cares less than other things.
right. He's just not a very. He's probably.
He's a morally gray character.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Vert barely gets out, and the portal closing cuts his car in half, much like a Brutaka portal.
R.I.P. the Deora 2.
Yeah.
Gone too soon.
Gone too soon. Should have been the Deora one. Yeah. So then everyone's like, man, that was crazy.
And there was a drone latched onto his car, right?
Oh yes, there was a drone latched onto his car
Sparky.
as he went through,
Sparky.
and he beats it off like with the windshield,
windshield
and
wipers.
then Karma comes and like rams it into a wall, and it dies, and they're like, "Oh man, that was spooky." But that drone will be important later.
Yes, you
Yeah.
will.
It's good. We'll get to
the
we'll get
redemption
to
arc for the drone.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so I guess Karma wasn't in. No, she was in the.
She
realm.
followed them. Yeah. So then the other racers are like, wow, what are we gonna do? Because like Kadim is gone. We're kind of, the morale is low to say the least. And they're like, I guess we'll go back in because we don't have another choice. If the drones are getting that powerful and they're only getting more powerful with each Accelercharger they win, because that's what you get from winning the portal,
Right.
they're like, it's probably our duty to do so. And then
And one
Monkey's
thing-
like, how much are we getting paid for this?
One thing that's kind of cool too is we know like they have already set up a lot of the stakes on what makes this like actually important. Like we know what the power, we know the level of power that the wheel.
Yeah, the wheel
has.
power is literally
So it's kind of
infinite
important.
power.
And we know that the drones are evil and willing to do anything that it takes to win.
So they're like, yeah, we don't really have much of a choice here. But then they call in reinforcements, the other racers from their team. And this is when Porkchop from the Metal Maniacs shows up. And he shows up in a big rig with a whole with a trailer of cars. And he does the jump into the Accelodrome with a big rig. And
So
it's like,
freaking
it's
cool.
so
It is
cool.
really cool.
You just
Yeah.
hear.
And then Monkey, who's the best friends with Porkchop, he's like, no way, he did it. Yeah. And so it's,
Porkchop.
yeah, then he pulls up with a whole suite of new cars for the Metal
I
Maniacs to use.
freaking love Porkchop
Yeah,
so
Porkchop
much.
He's just
is
this
a
huge
really good
red-headed
character.
trucker guy, and he's got on
You
his
think
knuckles he has
Torque is
pork
huge.
chop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Porkchop is just massive.
pork chop is great. What a lovely character. And then,
Porkchop and Scirocco.
yeah, then Scirocco shows up after Porkchop, and his arrival is heralded by just like the loudest music, and he has like disco lights on his car that's lighting up the entire area towards the Accelodrome. And they're like, because all the Metal Maniacs in Tesla are like, who is that? And then all the tech are like, Scirocco.
It's so good.
Then Torque just shows up and he has no fanfare. He's just a normal guy, essentially.
And Nolo also.
Oh, yeah, Nolo also shows up because Torque shows up and he's like, I'm not letting this guy out of my sight. So then the Swamp Realm opens up and all the drivers go in except for Karma, who Porkchop rams off of the starting thing. So she's like,
unclear whether it was entirely intentional.
It was entirely intentional.
I guess.
Like watching it again, like
fair
he's
enough.
just a jerk to the Teku because the Metal Maniacs
The
generally
one
don't like
stain
the
on
Teku.
his character.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Sad. It is a little bit out of character, but it's also kind of funny.
Typically, Porkchop isn't just like blatantly mean.
No,
he's just
one of the nicer people. He's
Yeah.
just tribalistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they go into the Swamp Realm, which is full of giant creatures that attack people, and actually is a disadvantage for the drones because all their little flyers get eaten. A ton of their cars get like smashed by monsters or whatever.
Wait, real quick, you forgot to mention that Vert gets a new car
Oh yeah, Vert gets a new car.
that Tesla gives him.
Yes.
Wasn't driving the
he
half
wasn't
car
driving
that
half
he
of the
had.
day. The Daora 1.5.
And the Metal Maniacs that didn't have cars got them from Porkchop.
Yeah,
He
because he
brought
brought in
them
the new
up.
cars
Yeah.
on the big rig.
And they're still not the indestructible.
In the shop between these two realms, they do upgrade them to be tougher.
Oh yeah, just add, the indestructible
I don't know
plates.
what it is, but Tesla's company is called the Scrim Corporation, and they have the indestructible car technology. So I'm like, I guess it's a plug-and-play sort of thing. I don't know what's going on over here. Yeah, so they're all going in, and also on the tracks, there's a bunch of like green sticky gunk on the outside, so you have to stay in the middle to have like the most speed, the best traction. Because it's funny playing the Acceleracers game, they have that, and if you go hit the green stuff, like it stops you severely and like shoots you off course.
Right.
Which I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And so as they're going through, Tesla's like, you guys all need to split up and find a good track, because all of the realms pretty much have a ton of separate tracks you can go on.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah. And so he's like, I don't know which one's the right one. Just go through it. And the drones don't know which one's the right ones because all their little scouting drones get destroyed. So it's kind of a free-for-all. So they're fighting drones all the way through. They're discovering fun stuff. But near the end, all the tracks converge onto a few tracks that lead into the exit. However, guarding the exit is a ginormous plant monster who can like grow vines and grab stuff super fast. And so it's just taking out car after car who are all a smidge too slow because they keep hitting the green gunk.
They take out the cars. Some of the people who get their cars taken out end up getting in cars with other people.
Yeah, so the people whose cars get taken out, when the plant monster is eventually defeated, they get into cars with other people of their team. So a giant plant monster comes to light, starts taking out cars, and the only way past is to stay in the groove where there's no muck. And so, fortuitously, Nolo's brother, his one lesson to Nolo was to stay in the groove, Nolo.
Don't go in the muck, you idiot.
Watch out for the giant plant monster, Nolo. Nolo's like,
This is really specific advice.
Nolo's like, what are you talking about, Tone?
Wait, Nolo's brother is Tolo?
Tone.
Tone. Okay.
Nolo and Tolo.
Just one cracked out.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Yeah. So Nolo stays in the groove and he takes off Tone's broken necklace and uses it on his gear shifter to like stay in the groove. That's a pretty cool scene.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
cool.
then he goes through and he wins the realm. He gets the Swamp Realm Accelercharger.
And you can
which
tell if the realm has been won or not
Yeah.
because there's a symbol.
Yeah, and
at
as soon
the
as the
end of the
first person
portal.
goes through, the symbol converts into the Accelercharger.
Right. So there's like a big blue portal that they go through at the end. That's
Yeah.
how you know it's over.
Correct. And so then the entire realm shuts down. The plant monster turns to stone for some reason. And so all the drivers whose cars were destroyed get into cars of the surviving drivers of their same team. So like Vert gets into Scirocco's car. Porkchop picks up
That's
other
the first
people.
yo, I think.
Yeah. Scirocco's
It's the
just-
first time he speaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then everyone else gets out of the realm. And Vert's car was totaled, so
So Bert wrecks two
Two
cars.
cars
in
yeah, two
one
cars in two
movie.
realms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and here's the exact interaction with Scirocco. So when he gets in the ride with Scirocco, he's like, "Hey, thanks for the lift." Haha. Yo.
And like, it's not like the TV show doesn't acknowledge it. Vert like looks at him and is like,
yeah.
What?
No, yeah, everyone thinks like Shiraka's like weird because he's a heckin' weirdo. Yeah, and so then the end scene of this movie, because this is movie number 1, is Galorum saying that they need to beat the drivers using stuff no one has ever seen, and then kind of reveals like shadowy things.
There's also one important note in this realm. Wesley, go ahead.
So as they're going through it, it pans to where a car is half buried in the gunk. And as I understand it, it's a car from the previous World Racer.
Correct. It is Banji's car, who was the leader of one of the teams, and someone we briefly mentioned from World Race. So it's like, that's interesting. How did a World Race car get there? Part of the deep lore of Acceleracers. But literally, honestly.
Yeah, it actually is.
But going back to it, Galorum is still leading the drones, and she looks different. She has like white hair, and she actually looks kind of like Karma, which is touched upon later. However, most interesting thing, and I'm sure Rudaka fan will love this, she has the same voice actress as Rudaka.
No.
That explains so many things.
Wait, who's Rudaka?
You know in the Web of Shadows movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
He knows
understand
exactly who
everything
Rudaka
now.
is.
That's because we talked about this like 4 times.
Maybe you talked about it 4 times. Leslie's like, can we watch that Rudaka movie again?
I talked about it 2 times. Never mind.
So I just thought that was very funny. So if you happen to be a Rudaka fan, you must watch this series. It is mandatory viewing because she's essentially the same character.
Yeah, basically.
So that is the end of that movie, and then we move on to Speed of Silence, and all of these flow into each other. It's like there's no time skips or breaks really in between them. And this one begins actually with the mini episodes of the series. You need to watch those in between because on each disc there's like little mini episodes where they just go into a realm, do a quick few action scenes,
really
and then they're out.
required viewing, but there are some that have important.
Yes. So the important
interactions.
consequence is they go through the cavern realm in one of the mini episodes, and Porkchop gets the cavern realm accelercharger, which lets you see in the dark and generally what place to go. It's kind of ambiguous on what it actually does. And the swamp realm accelercharger just creates vines underneath your car, so you can just go completely into space and drive along vines.
But it has a limited range.
Oh, limited time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like break behind you as
If they're there for too long.
And you can't use it for an infinite amount.
Correct, because the energy will destroy your car. However, it is much better than seeing in the dark, especially when you have headlights as a basic car function. So the Teku,
like, we don't even need an accelercharger for that.
That's why I said the show is biased in favor of the Teku, because like you get this super useful accelercharger,
which they
the
use
Maniacs,
a lot.
You get headlight charger.
Do they ever use it?
What?
They use it like a couple.
They
times.
use it a few times.
Yeah.
I do not remember.
They use the
It's not
swamp.
very
They use
popular.
the swamp acceleracharger a lot.
The swamp
I was
is
just
one
saying.
they use a lot more because it's way more useful. Yeah. So we go back to the real movie, and everyone is gearing up and practicing for the next realms. This is where Karma goes to visit the drone that came through with Vert, and it thinks she looks like Galorum because she does kind of look like Galorum, and it's like, "What are your orders, Galorum?" She's like, "What the heck?" And then Kurt walks in, who has had very close dealings with Galorum when he was the trader in World Race, and he's like, you do look like Galorum. That's kind of spooky, actually.
Will that plot thread ever be picked
No.
up again? Unfortunately, no.
Sort of. It sort of does in the last one.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
You can't just say no, it doesn't when it kind of does.
It does kind of.
It's
That's
sort of,
correct.
yeah.
You're right.
It's
Wesley.
never resolved.
It's never fully resolved. Yes. So then Kurt comes in, or after they're talking, they share their mistrust of Tesla because they're like, something weirder is going on here. And then Karma's like, yeah, you know all about being like a sneaky little traitor, wouldn't you? Not
Dang.
those exact words, but the general vibe. And she's
Teku
like,
infighting.
and she's like, he doesn't trust anyone because maybe he believes everyone is like him. I was like, ooh, that's a fire
snap.
line. I know. I was like, got him. And Kurt has no real retort to that because he's like, yeah.
she got me.
Yeah. I was like, what are you gonna do?
One thing that's relevant before this comes up, by the way, is the Nitrox that they're using is actually a new Nitrox called Nitrox 2. So it's
like
actually better.
Uber Nitrox.
There's no indication on how it's better. It just is.
It just is.
Yeah.
That's
Makes
just
you
the
go
way
faster,
it is.
obviously.
Obviously. Yeah, but in the meantime, Monkey creates Nitrox 3 and a half, which goes 300 miles in reverse.
It's not very
Then it's
useful.
like, why would you ever pick Nitrox 3.5?
But they do fill up a whole tanker of Nitrox 3.5.
and
so.
they actually put it in all the Metal Maniacs cars for this realm. It's like, seems like a stupid idea.
I did not pick up on that when I watched it.
It's really funny.
I thought he just made a better Nitrox that they used after that point.
No, it literally
No,
is only
because that's
for
how Taro
reverse.
gets out of the drone realm. He uses the Nitrox 3.5.
I thought Nitrox was not a directional thing.
You would think that.
I would think it would just make it go fast.
Yeah, how is it a directional thing? How does that work? It supercharges
Samuel
the engine.
explained it.
Jamie?
Samuel's dying.
Nitrox works off of vectors. It has direction and magnitude.
How does it work on vectors?
Yeah.
Don't question that part of it.
Okay, so then interesting note here. Tesla now is like, okay, you guys get the EDR, which is the emergency driver return. It's a button you push that instantly teleports the driver back into the accelodrome. And they're like, why didn't we have this before? Because that would have been useful if your name was Kadeem. And Tesla doesn't really have an explanation. However, Lonnie does kind of give him the deets. She's like, Tesla, you didn't have an EDR in their car because you didn't care if they came back. It's only when they start bringing Accelechargers into the realm that you care if they get back. And that's entirely true. That's
Once
his
again,
actual reason.
pointing to the fact that he's not a great guy.
Yeah, no,
I
he's
am not Team Tesla.
he's not a morally good person, but he's a very interesting character.
He's a very much the ends justify the means kind of a guy.
right,
Yes.
which I have a problem with.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. So that's just a little thing. But it's a cool moment in the show because all through the thing, you're like, Tesla's kind of a sketchy dude at the very best.
One thing that is really funny about the EDR, and just something worth mentioning, is it ejects the driver out of the portal at the same speed that they were going when they came. When they
eject.
press the button.
Speedy thing go in, speedy thing come out.
And so they set up this giant crash pad outside, or like at the
yeah, it's
where-
like a
where the
giant
portal comes
inflatable
out.
pad, where they go out of the portal so that people hit it and they don't die, essentially.
It's really funny.
Imagine. You're like, I'm safe. Snap.
Well, you're coming out at like potentially a couple 100 miles per hour.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, also in the meantime, Tesla has a dream that if the drones get all the Accelechargers, they'll destroy the world. However, he's like, I don't know the logistics of that, but I'm not taking any chances here. So that's one of his main motivations. And then we go back
he
to...
got that information from a dream.
Yeah, it came to him in a dream.
He's like, dubious, but I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, and Lonnie's like, well, how do you know that? He's like, I don't know. And it's like, bro, you're a schizo, legitimately. Yeah. So then Karma hooks up the drone to a car to see how it drives. Know your enemy and all that.
The broken one.
The broken one that they have. That thinks she looks like Galorum. And so as she's watching it, she discovers that the realms each teach a unique racing skill. So once the drones go through a realm, they master that skill. So like this drone stays in the groove. No, it doesn't stay in the groove. It ignores distractions. It does a bunch of other stuff that the drones have been trained to do. And she's like, okay, maybe that's the point of the realms. Maybe they're supposed to teach a specific driving skill. And then Tesla's like, no, it's all about the Accelechargers.
It's all about
the
the
point of the
Accelechargers,
realms is to
baby, the
win more
Accelechargers."
Accelechargers. And it's like, okay, bro, I think you're a little obsessed with the Accelechargers. Okay, now draw them winning Accelechargers. Okay, so then
Wait, so did Tesla know about the Accelechargers?
No, he didn't know about the Accelechargers until they got it the
right?
first
Until
time.
they got
it's
the very
ambiguous
first one?
on if he knows. I
Well,
don't
it's-
think he
It's kind of
did.
suggested that he sent other people in.
Yeah.
But no one
Yeah,
ever
but he
won.
wouldn't-
No one ever won,
So-
but he could see that the drones would win. They
Yeah.
got stuff.
It seems
and
like
then they
he
started using
figured-
powers.
It seems like he figured out there was something, like some sort of thing, but he didn't know exactly what they were.
And I don't remember if you've mentioned this. How long in between the portals?
Ambiguous amount of time.
Yeah, but
some of
it's
them
like,
open like almost
Yeah.
immediately after. And
It's
some
random
take a long
in
time.
universe. So like some are like back to back, some are like days, weeks apart, which is cool. I like it. And also we don't see all the portals that open because the mini episodes obviously cover those. So it's like,
And even those, that's not all of them.
yeah. So we cut to Wild and Kurt, who are having a bit of a tussle because they have, a ton of bad blood between them. And this is where we get a reiteration of Wild went to prison because of a sketchy deal. But Marky was in too deep and got caught, and Kurt wasn't. And Tesla is commenting on this as he's watching him fight, and he's like, Nolo can't forget his brother, and Wild can't forgive his. I was like, ooh, okay, because it's obviously two conflicts going on at the same time. But then the water realm opens before anything can get too crazy. And so they go into the water realm, and it's full
Who's in the
of
water?
water. Yes. It's Taro, Pork Chop, Monkey, I believe.
Vert again.
Yeah, Vert and Shirako and
Do
Kurt.
not look at me.
Kurt,
I do
Kurt,
not know.
yes. So those 6 go in.
It's always 6 drivers.
You don't remember perfectly, Wesley?
No, even
I
the
only
first
remember
one.
Sirocco, brother.
It's always 6 drivers.
Yeah, after the swamp round, Tesla always chooses 6 drivers
3
to go in,
from
3 of
each.
each team. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want to overextend
Yeah.
your racers.
Because like he almost lost everyone in the swamp realm. He's like,
Yeah.
not the best idea.
Yeah, so after the swamp realm, it's always 3 and 3.
Yeah. So then, as they're going through, it's the water realm, which is obviously full of water. They go through, and then there's a big air bubble on a platform that they land on. Then they go through like tubes, essentially, all the way back up to the surface. And it's also full of giant evil fish, which are like skeleton glowing fish.
They're
can't call them
creepy as
evil.
heck.
They try to kill people.
Yeah, that's their food source. They're not evil for
Do
that.
they feed off of cars?
You don't know. Maybe they digest metal.
There are parts in the tubes where they actually have to go fast enough to go over the top of
water.
the
Which
water.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
And
the
that's
fish,
physically accurate.
That
Yeah,
is.
Yeah,
it
do that.
is.
and the
Yep.
fish try to grab them as they go through as
Yeah,
well.
It's really cool, actually.
However, when pork
Imagine trying to grab your food going at 300 miles an hour.
well, those fish are like swimming at their speed, so
yeah.
it's like, dang, bro,
It's
these guys
crazy.
are schmoovin'. But at that part where they have to drive over the water, Pork Chop gets scared and doesn't go fast enough because he's like kind of freezing up, and he then sinks into the water, and they're like, Pork
Which
Chop, what are you
would be
doing?
horrifying.
Yeah. And so then a fish comes and grabs him, and he's like, oh man, he's freaking out. And just before the fish destroys his car, he hits the EDR and ejects out
So
into
he's
it.
the first person to actually use the EDR.
Yes. However, this is where they learn that they come out at the same speed they go in because they don't have the thing set up yet.
Yeah.
So he just hits a bunch of buckets and whatever and breaks his
Tires,
arm.
I think. Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, we should set something up.
Yeah.
Lonnie actually comes down in like an ambulance car that she has.
I forgot about
Wait,
that.
what?
Yeah.
And we never
God.
see that car again.
It's so funny. So, and we learn that Pork Chop is scared of water, and we saw a hint of this in the swamp realm when he's going by water, and he went on a different route instead, even though Monkey's like, what are you doing? And so, he said his dad drowned, and that's why he's afraid of the water. And I'm like, okay, that's a fun little moment. And it's good for Pork
Pun
Chop.
is not the word I would use.
It's
there.
a laugh out loud
very-
gut buster story.
And yet,
Very
for some
Truman
reason,
Show-coded.
Yeah.
for some reason, he has an anchor.
Yes.
Explain that.
No, he has
his
an
dad's
anchor
anchor?
chain.
He has an anchor chain.
Yeah. At one point, he has to.
In the swamp realm.
Yeah. Monkey's like, Pork Chop, why do you have an anchor chain? For my
anchor.
and he pulls out a full anchor and just starts swinging it one-handed and throws it at a giant flying mosquito.
Is that within normal human capabilities?
Jacob's like, it's
No.
no wheel, but it's pretty heavy. Yeah, so Pork Chop is great. Nolo, who wasn't sent in the realm, is like, hey, Lonnie, is Pork Chop okay? And she's like, I thought you hated the maniacs. And he's like, just one. It's like, ooh, pretty good line there.
It's Nolo. I mean, it's Nolo. It's Wild.
It's Wild. He's like, I hate Wild. Torque, you get a pass. Let's kill Wild. Yeah. So then the other drivers get to the surface of the water realm with no drone interference because they went on completely different tracks. And Vert is the first to get to the surface because he found a hyperpod, which is like a giant thing that you drive your car into and gives you like a temporary... The one he got into was like a dragster, so it went like 8 billion miles an hour. Some of them like
can drill through
through stuff or climb over things. It's just
Yeah.
random what they do.
They're pretty suited to the tracks that they're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like very intentionally placed to be used
Yeah.
for a specific purpose on
because
that
the
track.
Accelerons only believed in going forward, so they always give you a way to get past an obstacle.
Right.
Or if you can fly, that bypasses most things.
Yeah.
Nitrox 3.5, they're like, what's that? What? Backwards? Huh?
I like how you called 3.5 3.5.
That's what it is.
And we
No, it's
know,
3.5.
And we know that the Accelerons only believed in going forward because Taro says that one time, and that's the only reason.
And how
we know.
Taro got that information? No clue.
It came to him in a dream.
Well, he's the one who mentioned the accelerons earlier, right?
That's a good point.
true.
Maybe he
How
knows.
do they know
knows.
about the accelerons? Because those are
Tesla
like the
tells
gods
them
of the
about
universe.
That's like
or
just a
whatever.
placeholder name that they had for him, and then when the drones who were created by the accelerons actually confirmed that's their real name, so Tesla must have been like, I lucked out.
It came to
baby.
me in a dream.
I mean, Tesla can also read some of the acceleron writing, so it's like he has some information. And the other bit of acceleron wisdom is that they believe wisdom is a circle. It's like, okay, I guess that
Whatever that
explains
means.
the wheel of power with
Yeah.
being a circle. They like wheels, I guess.
Really? The
Very
racing
caveman
obsessed guys
coded.
like wheels?
Now I want to see the great beans versus the accelerons. Like wheels, no wheels, wheels, no
No.
wheels. That actually be funny. Anyway, yeah. So Vert's first to get to the surface, and Karma's like, okay, I think I know what this realm is trying to teach you. You have to hydroplane correctly. That's the skill for the realm. And Vert's like, who cares? I'm going for the fastest time of clearing a realm ever. Because he's only like 20 minutes into the allotted hour, which is crazy fast.
Yeah.
And so he's on like one of the last hydroplane sections, and he's going too fast, messes up. His car flies off the track and explodes, but he manages to EDR
Which
out.
is the third car.
The third car that he's
blows up.
lost in 3 rounds. Yeah. And he was going 180 miles an hour while trying to hydroplane.
Nice.
Stupid.
Yeah. And so he explodes and he's like, dang it. Yeah.
But they have set up the crash pad by this point, right?
Yes, yeah, so he's fine. So, but then the others get to the surface.
He got launched out of a portal at 180 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. Whatever he hits, he's turning to paste.
No.
Unless
he
it's
hit the
very
crash
thick
pad.
crash
they
pad.
make this.
No, I remember the
giant-
crash. It doesn't matter what crash pad you have. Like, it would have to be so thick to stop him.
Have you seen
Pretty
how thick
thick.
it is? It's like 20 feet thick.
It's like a giant airbag, yeah.
Huh.
It's
all right.
ginormous.
Fair. I remember seeing it, and I remember thinking that looks way too small to catch people going 180 miles an hour.
It's, I don't know, it's pretty big.
Maybe.
Fair enough. Fair
He
enough. I
does
stand
hurt-
corrected. I said corrected.
Yeah, so whatever. So, then everyone else gets to the surface and the drones converge on them. And the drones take out pretty much everyone except Taro. And Taro's like, okay. And he gets his spike out, rams a drone. But then another drone comes up behind him and rams him, and they're trying to jostle him off course. But then they both go through the portal at the end, because the drones had already won, and then these drones go back through the portal with Taro. And so everyone's like, where did Taro go? Because his car didn't show up in the Accelodrone. And so Tesla's like, dang it, we've lost again. But Karma was watching the drones hydroplane, and she's like, the drones deserve to win. They'd mastered hydroplaning before this realm. And Tesla's like, what are you talking about, bro? It's about the Accelechargers.
It's all about the Mets, baby, the Mets.
Yeah. But then we go to Taro, and we see that he is taken into the drone headquarters, which is a converted Hot Wheels city. So this is where I think this is why the drones can have the wheel of power, because they've not taken it out of Hot Wheels city. In the original accelerators, they wanted to take it back to Earth and use it. But I think they were just moving it around Hot Wheels city in this. It hasn't actually left to a different dimension.
Yeah, but that still doesn't explain the plot hole of why you could take it after winning the race. What force stopped you prior? Unless it was the Accelerons just being
Well,
like,
you needed a human to
Yeah,
get the
it's
wheel
meant
of power.
for the humans,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
All of Highway 35 and the racing realms were set up for humans to use to get to the Accelerons.
Yeah, literally specifically designed for humans.
The Accelerons are like, these guys look based. Let's give them a little scavenger hunt racing thing.
Yeah.
Also, make
you just
it
have
super
to wait
deadly.
until you hit the technological milestone of going 300 miles.
No,
an
Which,
literally.
for what it's worth, is low-key pretty sick. They're like, we're going to give you this, like, thing that's going to solve your energy problems forever.
Yeah.
But you got to do a little racy race
You
first.
gotta
Yeah.
earn this.
Yeah.
Which I actually think is kind of cool, because if I was a, like, technically advanced
they're
be-
far past
species,
post-scarcity
You are a
society.
species.
yeah, I think that'd be really, like, it'd be fun. It's like, all right, we're going to make them do this thing,
It's
prove
a
that they
treasure
can do
hunt.
it.
Yeah. So
Let's see if that human spirit is indomitable or
Yeah.
not.
Exactly.
So he goes to the drone HQ, and there's thousands of drones lined up, and all they do is just wait for the portal to open and make new drones. That's all they do. And so he's like,
It's called a grind set, bro.
Yeah, literally. Glorum's on that grind set. So he starts going back through the portal, and all the drones start chasing him. Then he hits the Nitrox 3.5, and since he's going in reverse, he goes 300 miles an hour through the portal back to the beginning of the water realm. And he's like, uh-oh. And so he's gonna hit the EDR, but it doesn't work because now they're like, why isn't it working? And they're like, maybe it's because his car got submerged twice into the water and it shorted out some of his electronics. And so there's only 20 minutes left on the clock. He has no EDR. He has almost no nitrox left, and he has to get out of the realm before it closes. And remember, like 20 minutes is like, that's faster than Vert was getting through it.
Yeah,
so it's like, Taro
he had
has
the
to
800 mile an hour super.
Yeah, supercar.
Right.
Yeah. And so they're like, how are we going to do this? And Karma's like, give me the controls line. And she's like, I'm going to guide you through it. I'm going to give you, because we've mapped it out already. We know what to do. I'm going to give you the specific times to use your nitrox to go fast through places or whatever and help you hydroplane.
So maybe the nitrox 3.5 can
yeah, you're
go
right.
forward.
And now that I'm thinking about it, he had normal nitrox.
So they must have had both.
Yeah, they must have
I
had both.
think Nitrox 3.5 just makes you go faster.
No,
I don't think it's reversed.
Monkey specifically
No,
says.
because he goes backwards, and I think Monkey's an idiot.
Well, yeah,
I don't know
obviously.
that he's the definitive source on what Nitrox does.
He specifically says it.
Yeah,
It
nitrox
helps you go
3.5
backwards.
makes you go reverse.
Yeah.
So I think they can just have 2 nitrox tanks, but they're only ever shown having one
Yeah, it's
on their
confusing.
dashboards. So that's why I thought it was musically exclusive, but I was wrong.
I don't think you should take the word of monkey.
The word of monkey.
The word of
It's
monkey.
like Kung Fu
the word
Panda.
of Greg.
Monkey.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Taro just
Yeah, this is
blocks
the
it.
coolest scene in the show because you have these clearly defined limits and it's like it's go time and the whole song is like go, go. And so he's boosting it all the right places and it is the coolest scene. You have to experience it. I will keep saying this until you guys experience it.
We're gonna watch
You
it after
have
this is
to
done.
watch it full live on stream. That's not illegal
I was
at
gonna say,
all.
that won't get us in trouble.
Just stream it on Kick.
Yeah.
our sparkling commentary will allow us to claim it as fair use.
Yeah. The YouTube gods are like, they're pretty funny. You get a pass this time. Yeah. Anyway, so he goes through and it is as tight as possible, but working all together. And everyone is watching this as Taro is going through and they're all in shock. They're like, holy cow, this guy is a great racer. And even Shiraka watching takes off his headphones to look at this, which is
he
the only
never
time
does.
in the entire series where he takes off his headphones. He even sleeps with his headphones on. Yeah, so everyone is so mesmerized by this scene that they had to watch it. And Metal Maniac and Teku are like on the edge of their seats. And he gets through the portal as it's closing and he jumps into the Acceladrone and like the back bumper of his car is completely sheared off because the portal closed. And everyone's like, holy cow. So that is the coolest scene in this show. I heckin' love it. Nolo is like, he's a pretty good driver. Okay, I'll give him that. He's like, Taro must have been driving before he could drive. Yeah. So now everyone is back at base and they're resting when the Metro Realm opens. Do 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 do. I don't know why I did the Halo theme. Master
Seems
Chief
right.
shows up.
Master Chief, get in the car.
In the car. Yeah. So they go in the Metro Realm, and this is full of crowded NPC car highways. But the cool thing is they're all driving in specific patterns, so if you just dodge around them, you'll be fine. Or you can just bust your way across the freeway into the outgoing traffic, and
Taro
then you're also fine.
Turns on his
Super plow
his
and
plow
blasts
and just
through it.
like destroys all the cars.
Yeah, Karma's like dodging all the cars, and Taro's just like bong,
I
goes
like how-
into the other lane.
It's really cool.
I like how all the other like realms are teaching legitimate racing techniques, and this is just driving in LA.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's
actually
a legitimate
they're
driving
they're not all
technique.
just
Well, it's-
racing techniques.
That's
Actually,
a
a lot of
driving
them are
technique,
just
not racing.
a lot
Fair,
of them
fair.
they're all driving techniques of some sort. They're not all just racing.
I just want to see the one that teaches reverse or parallel parking.
Oh, the parallel parking route.
There's no parking.
If you mess up, you just explode. Yeah.
The Accelerons are like, we don't go back.
Yeah. This realm also has another skill, though, and that's when you're driving on like slick city roads, you have to stop a certain way to maintain traction. Otherwise, you will slide and pull a tone and just explode.
Right.
Didn't
So
Lightning
Nolo-
McQueen learn how to do that?
Didn't what?
Lightning McQueen learn how to do that in Cars 1.
No. He wasn't driving on city roads. He was driving on dirt roads. This is city
right,
roads.
right,
It's the metro realm. It's the
Ah,
exact
right.
opposite skill.
But you had to turn in a certain way to maintain traction.
Yeah, anyway, the Teku are like, this is easy, bro. Like, I only do street racing, essentially. Yeah, so it's pretty easy for them. As they're going through, they're like, this realm seems a little too easy. And then giant exploding trucks start crashing into everyone. And they're like, here's the challenge, boys. So as they're doing this, Nolo uses his time to try and run Torque off the road again. and Tesla is intentionally sending Kurt and Wild and Torque and Nolo into realms because he's like, I want to see what's going to happen.
Because he's a psychopath.
His justification is he's like, competition brings out the best in us all. And Lonnie's like, they're trying to kill each other.
Lonnie is
Bring out the worst in them.
genuine. This is like, I think this to be genuinely true. I think Lonnie and Karma are the only two sane characters in this whole show. The fact that they are also the only two women might have something to do with
show is
it.
biased.
Transcends sanity.
Yeah, I would not classify Scirocco as classically sane. He's on a different level of sanity.
I think Tesla just has a secret addiction to soap operas.
Oh, I think bro is a drama farmer. Because he knows what's going on exactly, right? And he's just like, let's let it happen. And he's like, let them fight. So Nolo eventually crashes and like spins out and his car lands upside down. And Torque is like, what'd you think was gonna happen? You just pulled another tone. Get wrecked, boy. But he also checks to see if he's like still alive before trash talking him, of course, because he's based like that. And then he's like, Nolo, just use the EDR because you can't get your car back up. And then he drives away. Nolo's like, "Grah!"
This is also, for what it's worth, Nola loves this car.
Oh yeah,
So
Nolo likes the car. So then the drones show up in the realm with gigantic machines called sweepers, which have like a big rotating thing on front. And if it catches a car, just sweeps it in, dismantles it, and then captures the driver. And so these are just running havoc through the realm because...
You can't stop it. And they go faster than every other car.
Oh, yeah. The amount of, like, momentum behind the sweepers is insane. And they will just blow through everything. However, Nolo, with his then cutting back to, is like, maybe I can Accelercharge out of this. And by the way, his car's upside down. So he puts in the Swamp Accelercharger and just makes vines all on the bottom of his car and around it. So now he's permanently trapped. He's like, dang it. But the drones are like, hey, we picked up Accelerchargers. Let's go get that. So Sweeper immediately comes and just swipes up Nolo before he can press the EDR because he doesn't see it coming. And so he gets captured, his car gets destroyed, and the drones capture the Accelercharger. However, now everyone's like, that's not good. And in the meantime, Monkey also gets captured by the same Sweeper. So Karma and Torque, who are in the realm, are like, we gotta take out this Sweeper. So they hatch a plan to raid the Sweeper. Essentially, Torque just rams his car behind it while Karma distracts it, and Torque climbs out of his car onto the top of the Sweeper, rips the tops of the cages that
somehow tearing through solid metal.
A super human, I am telling you.
Seriously.
So he rips those off, frees Monkey, and frees Nolo. And Nolo almost doesn't take his hand to get out of the cage. And he's like, gah. But eventually he does. Because he doesn't want to forgive him. Because he's like, you're actually saving me. And I was in this situation because of my pride twice. So then the Sweeper drone, who is gigantic, like larger than Torque, comes out. And it's about to fist fight Torque. And then Torque just runs at it, shoulder full blast, and hits the drone off and knocks it like 400 feet into the air.
it's not that far.
It's some crazy
wild.
distance. And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't think a human could do that.
He's certainly wall level.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm saying these guys are clearly superhuman. However, because of this, Nolo now doesn't hold a death grudge against Torque because he's like, that was pretty cool. All right. So, in the meantime, Taro and Kurt, the other two races in the realm, are ahead and they're heading towards the portal, which hasn't been collected yet. However, Taro gets attacked by drones and split up. And he eventually reconverges near the realm, and Kurt is also there. But he's going to overtake Kurt because that's his thing. He's like about to pass him and say, I'm going to pass you. But then he's like, you know what? I'll be a bit of a team player. And then Kurt rams him off the road and goes into the portal, taking the Accelercharger. He's like, what the heck was that all about? So he goes through the portal. Kurt doesn't have the Accelercharger. It's like, what's going on here? A bit mysterious, a bit spooky. Everyone then gets back to base. All the drivers have been saved and whatever. And Kurt is like, I didn't win the Accelercharger. But Taro's like, I literally saw you go through the portal. You can't lie to me. And so like, okay, we'll just check Kurt's camera. And Tesla's like, or Lonnie's like, his camera wasn't working the whole time. And they're like, oh, that's convenient. And then the other Teku are like...
Right, and this is the former traitor.
Yeah, the former traitor, exactly, which is another reason people wouldn't trust him. But the other Teku are like, Kurt's not a liar. And Karma's like...
Except for that one time where he lied to all of us continuously.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, he's changed that since then.
He's a reformed man.
Yeah, but they're like, Kurt's not a liar. And then Karma is like, yeah, but neither is Taro.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? And I was like, ooh, that's a cool line. And the other reason, like, Karma is just the most intelligent person
I'm telling
on this crew.
you, Karma and Lonnie are the only two sane ones.
So they're like, okay, to settle this, Tesla's going to scan the entire car for accelerator energy as well as Kurt. And they do. They don't find anything. No accelerator or no accelercharger energy. And so they're like, what? But then it is revealed that the fake Kurt and some of the NPC cars go through the portal and land into this big purple, like, racing drome, essentially. And their cars shapeshift into cool-looking purple chrome car. And it's like, okay, obviously...
There's a new faction.
Yeah, there's a new faction going through impersonating people in the realm. Because we also see they can impersonate drone cars. It's like, ooh, that's cool. So these are the Silencers. And we'll learn a bit more about them later on. Because they're a very
some
important
deep lore
faction.
with them.
Yeah, they have the deepest lore of the franchise. So I really like. They also have
Tarako has the deepest lore.
They have a sick theme and they have a sick aesthetic. Like, holy cow, they're so cool. And their powers are busted. But we'll get to them when we get to the next realm. So that's the end of that movie. Then we hit Breaking Point, which is not actually the breaking point of anyone. It's just, and it's not even spelled like breaking like you would with a car, which you think would be the thing, but no. So this opens with Vert back at his house, and he's like, man, I'm such a failure. I lost 3 cars in 3 realms. Oh, he also lost a motorcycle in the mini episode in the Ruins realm.
That's
right. So he lost 3 cars and a motorcycle. He failed.
So what you're telling me is that Vert's like character arc is just gonna be that he learns to value his cars more so that he doesn't just crash.
His dad's like, I hope you've learned the value of money, son. Don't give it to Kadeem anymore.
This is a bit box work, but can I just say how absolutely insane it would be to drive a motorcycle at 300 miles per hour?
Shirako does it too because he's based.
Terrifying.
Yeah. So yeah. And then he also failed Kadeem, and he got no accelerchargers, even though he's supposed to be the best in the world. Oh,
yeah, he kind of sucks.
Yeah, this is his character arc. Get it.
Boo,
Get it.
Boo.
You're done.
Yeah. So then his dad actually comes up and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm not racing, that's for sure. He's like, good. I never liked you racing with those street punks. And he's like, what? Yeah. And so his dad's like, I remember when I joined the military, between my family and my duty, both, how do you choose when both mean everything to you? And he's like, goodbye, son. Just and so Vert's like,
then he dips.
Yeah, Vert's like, maybe I need to do my duty and go help them, even if I am not the best at it. And so he kind of is like, he's kind of giving up his title as best racer in the world. He's like, I'm just going to be a mid-tier racer going 300 miles an hour. And so we then cut back to the base and we see Taro going over footage of Karma running him off the road in the Ice Realm. So there's a mini episode in between, and this was the Ice Realm. And a similar thing that with like Kurt was doing in the Metro Realm happens with Karma in the Ice Realm, where he was gonna pass her as well, but he's like, nope. And then she runs him off the road, and he's like, what the heck keeps happening to me?
Why does everyone hate me? What the frick?
Yeah.
Poor Taro.
So then Tesla confronts Karma, and she says she didn't see him. And she doesn't see things that aren't there. And then Tesla's like, oh, yeah, okay. So that's another rational person who's not seeing it. And so he suspects the Silencers. However, he doesn't tell anyone this because
he's terrible at sharing information.
He's terrible at sharing important information. Because none of the other racers...
There might be another faction here.
Tesla was based off of the Turaga.
Wait.
I was just gonna say Tesla's clearly based off the Turaga.
Oh yeah, they stole him. Ripped him off Greg.
Yeah.
Turaga knew you 100%.
Yep.
For what it's worth, this time it makes sense why he doesn't tell them.
Yes, because this one does have some more personal consequences. However, then a sick opening sequence of the movie begins, and it's the Silencers getting ready to go into a realm.
So
and their
cool.
cars start off as like a little like just frame with the wheels and a bit of over the head, and they get this weird goo poured on them that's then magnetized and allows them to shapeshift into different looking cars. Then they're testing out all their abilities. They have like this EMP, like repulsion field. They have like a little ball that implodes things. They have all these cool gadgets, and it's like, oh, that's heckin'
It's such a
sick.
good way to introduce the silencers and like show what they're capable of without being pretentious.
Yeah,
about
and
it at
all their guys are completely covered in like these weird purple chrome masks.
Very
and,
faceless organization.
yeah,
Definitely,
and it
yeah.
looks heckin'
But
sick.
You can tell they're not like the drones
Yeah,
are
Right.
an organization.
yeah, they're
They're human.
organization
They're
of
very
They're
humans.
clearly-
corporation.
Yeah, they're
They're
corpos.
very clearly humans.
Take down the corpos.
Johnny Silverhand faction. Anyway, so the interesting thing is they also have a bunch of purple drones that look like Gig, and that will be important later. Oh,
Foreshadowing.
foreshadowing.
Is a narrative device.
Yes. Yeah. So then we cut back to the Accelodrome, and Monkey is converting the drone that they had captured into a helpful guy named Sparky.
Sparky!
Yeah,
Sparky's the best.
Sparky is wonderful.
Sparky is great.
But since he doesn't have legs, his bottom half is just like a
Sparky.
rolling box with wheels.
It looks like a janitor cart.
Yeah, like kind of like a mopping
He also
cart or
wears
something.
a hat. A baseball cap.
A baseball cap, yeah.
Important to his character.
It is important. And glasses. Or
Yeah.
goggles.
Yeah. So
They're
then
monkeys goggles.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So Sparky is helping Monkey fill up the oil, the big rig, yeah, with nitrox 3.5, which is highly explosive. And Monkey didn't think of this until Lonnie points it out, and he's like, "Sparky, no!"
And all Sparky can say is, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Because Sparky, every time he like talks or moves, like sparks fly out of him, which is why he's called Sparky. Yeah. And so then Porkchop is kind of giving him some grief, and Sparky sprays oil all over his face, and then we smash cut to the mess hall where Porkchop's just eating, and he's like, "Does this food taste greasy, or is it just me?" And Monkey's just kind of awkwardly looking at him. This show is legitimately hilarious at times. Yeah.
When Monkey just tackles Sparky. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
You guys, you have to watch the show. Please, 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 please. I'll give you 3 Bionicle points if you watch the show.
and at least 3 smoochy kisses.
I love Sparky.
17 smoochy kisses to any show watchers.
It's
Wait.
You've seen the show, haven't you, Wesley?
Not the movie.
Thomas owes a lot of smoochy kisses. Let's just put it that way.
They're in the mail, guys, I promise. So, then we cut back, and Nolo is mad at Torque still. And Lonnie's like, "You're mad Torque saved your life and spoiled your revenge." And Nolo's like,
Why is Lonnie just always right?
Lonnie and Karma can just like see through everyone. So, that's why Nolo is mad, because he's like, now I have no reason to hate him, because obviously he's not a murderous psycho. So he's like, he would have to come to the fact that Tone actually just made a mistake. So, then Wild comes in, and he challenges Torque to a race for leadership.
Because he's mad.
He's mad, yeah. Because
Why is he mad now?
So he's mad because Monkey's car wasn't working for the Metro Realm, so Torque had him borrow Wild's car.
Oh, and then
the
destroy
car
it.
got swept up and destroyed. And Wild's car was
his
really cool.
baby.
Yeah, it's a super cool car. I'll give it
Was
that.
Spine Crusher?
Spine
Or
Buster. Yeah. And
Way cooler than Vert's car.
it is
Then the
cool.
Daewoo 2.
Yeah.
Wrong, but okay.
Every car is cooler.
Every
A
car,
Volkswagen
even the Daewoo
Bug,
1.
oh no! Wait.
It's okay, Wesley. You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
So then they race to Tesla's old base and back to determine leadership of the gang. And all the Metal Maniacs are watching. And Gig comes in and he's like, "This is how you decide a new leader?" Just watching them race. He's like, "Does that seem like a good way to choose a leader?" And they'll just shrug, and he's like, "Now I see why you're called maniacs." Yeah, it's great.
Keep in mind, this also includes Taro.
Oh, yeah. Taro's just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, as they're coming back, Torque is in a situation where he can take out Wild, but run the risk of accidentally killing him, like how Tone died. And so he backs off a little bit, and Wild ends up winning the race. Go Wild! That's his catchphrase. It's so stupid. Yeah. So then Wild wins, and he's like, "I'm the leader now. I choose who goes into the realms." And he starts selecting people to go in the realms. And then Taro is just looking at him and shakes his head. And they're like, "Yeah, we're not listening to you." I'm like, dang. So incredibly based by Taro. And then they just go back to treating Torque as the leader.
Which makes Wild even more mad.
Yeah, Wild is not happy with any of this. But then we cut to the drones. Galorum is monologuing about her plans and history to now revealed and captured Kadeem. Yes, Kadeem. He's been captured and placed on like this weird circle thing. And this is where she says that the Accelerons built the racing drones to have someone to race against. But they got scared when they saw the drones were willing and able to kill and do anything in the service of winning. So the drones are like, or the Accelerons are like, you guys are exiled forever. Don't come back here again. You're a bunch of psychos. And so now the drones want to find the Accelerons again and race/kill them all. And so Kadeem is like, what is going on? I don't really understand. And she's like, oh, you will understand once you're one of us. And then this creepy looking device comes and like goes on to Kadeem, and we cut away from it.
It's very like the thought experiment where the AI is tasked to create paper clips, and it determines humans prevent paper clips from being made. Mm-hmm. So it destroys all paper clips destroys all humans to make more paper clips. Yeah. That's what they feel like to me. They're like, we have to win, and so we're going to kill everybody so that no one can beat us. So we win by default.
Win by default, the best way to win. I mean, they do use Accelerchargers, bro.
I like how they never explain how they actually rescued Kadeem.
Nope. They do have
he's falling forever, so they have helicopters.
They do have like flying ships and drones and scouts. You just don't see any of them.
Also, why don't they just use the flying like things to just fly to the end and win?
I also wondered, so
presumably the Accelerons only wanted cars to be able to go through the
you
portals.
just carry a car on a flying thing.
That doesn't count.
And you drop it at the end and it goes in.
If
the drones were so smart, why didn't they try?
Only the Teku can fly their cars, okay?
One thing that's actually interesting, though, and a theory that I have is that in the storm realm, you can actually see the ground, and I've actually seen a theory that is Hot Wheels City, so that he might have just fallen into Hot Wheels City. So. It's possible.
Indestructible car.
There's a drone just trying to catch him.
They're like a big old trampoline.
It's possible.
Why
I don't know
did you
if it's
order
super
a
likely,
giant
but
trampoline?
For the last time, we did not order a giant trampoline.
Galorum has a trampoline factory in Hot Wheels City.
It's canon.
Yep.
Yeah. So then we go to the pipeline realm opening. And this realm is a bunch of giant pipes with holes in them occasionally. Very dangerous to drive through. It also has timed doors that if you aren't fast enough, you'll just be stuck out of the entire race.
By the way, this is just a bunch of pipes floating in space.
Yes, like the Storm Realms. Yeah. Space pipes, man. But somehow oxygen.
Yeah,
because
somehow.
They're going in on motorcycles and like open-topped cars. I'm like, you better hope you have stuff. Like Kurt.
It seems like there's always oxygen available in all the realms.
I know, but like Kurt just happened to close his open-faced car when they went into the water realm before they went in. I'm like, yeah, if you had it, you would have been sunk literally. So it's just kind of funny. I'm like, why are you taking motorcycles into these places without scoping them out a little bit first? Because it could just be instant death.
Like one person could just go through and then be like, oh, it's safe. Just come through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you can be ready and just a few seconds behind. Yeah. So yeah, it's just funny. But because of these timed doors, the skill of this realm is drafting, as the only way to go that fast for that long without nitrox is to draft with other cars. Which I'm like, that's pretty cool skill. Or if you just have nitrox, you win. I don't know what else to tell you.
For what it's worth, I will say that they actually do seem to know what the realms are before they open.
Yeah, because they
Tesla
can read the glyphs on the Wheel of Power in Acceleron, and Tesla's like, it's the pipeline realm.
Right.
Which, imagine translating pipeline from an ancient language.
There is also some implication that Tesla has sent drivers into the realms before, so he might actually already know what they are.
Yeah, but not all of the realms.
No.
But there are some repeat realms, like the Swamp Realm, which had Banji's car.
Yeah. So
I just want to see one like outtake or something where he's like, it's the Swamp Realm, and they go into some Metro Realm. He's like, dang it. Mistranslated that one.
It's the Motorcycle Realm. They go, it's like, oh wait. So,
what was that?
Just had to boss Nass a little bit. So, this realm has all the drivers really pulling together to draft and save each other's hides from the drones. because the drones are now sending in way more sweepers, and the sweepers have a bunch of things. They have little, like, buzz droids, essentially, that they can send out to hijack other cars, or if the sweeper gets stuck, it can send out a bunch of motorcycles from inside of it, which is super cool. I'm like, oh, that's...
They really went hard on the motorcycles in this one.
Yeah, for this one. This is the motorcycle one, which I don't even know if you can buy Hot Wheels motorcycles.
They were... everything that you see in the movie was for sale at some point.
Okay.
Take my money.
The government doesn't want you to know this. You can buy a Scirocco. I have 22 in my basement.
They're all listening to tunes.
Imagine how loud that would be. It would just like shred your entire house.
Every new Scirocco raises it by exponential now.
Speaking of Scirocco.
It creates a black hole. Anyway.
Or should I say Scirocco speaking?
So what's cool about this realm is that the teams generally draft with each other, but will occasionally, like, Maniacs will draft with a Teku if they need to, which is a really nice thing to see that the drivers are having more of a common identity against the drones and the silencers.
Is a continuous thing throughout. They keep
Correct,
becoming
yes.
more of like one cohesive team
Yes.
rather than two factions.
Which is nice. And I have noted down all the Scirocco dialogue in this realm. Yeah. Yo, I'm cool. Woohoo! Yeah. Huh. Yo, something's messing with my tunes. Oh man. Cool. That's all the Scirocco dialogue in this realm.
Also, it is worth noting that Scirocco drives a motorcycle in this one
In this
because
one.
his car got blued up.
Blued up. Yeah, he got the buzz droid drones. Yeah. So, the silencers...
That was in a mini episode in the cliffside.
Yep. The silencers are also in this realm, and they're using magnets to go on top of the pipes, because all their cars have giant, like, electromagnets on the bottom of them. So they're just going on the top of the
cheating.
pipes and
It's like
jumping between
nether
pipes.
It's the nether roof.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's literally, I'm like, these guys are busted as heck. And their cars not only shapeshift, they can also turn invisible while being magnetic. So it's just a bunch of super coordinated, magnetic, super powered, invisible cars going through this realm. It's like...
Yeah, they deserve to win.
Yeah, they deserve to
for
win.
sure, yeah.
Karma's like, okay, they deserve to win. They mastered the skill of being heckin' sick as all get out.
And they do win, by the way.
And they do win this realm, because at the very end, there's a bunch of windpipes blowing all against it. So all 6 of the silencer cars line up, and they just draft all the way through it and get through it. And it's like, oh, dang. They did deserve to win. They mastered the skill of this realm. You got them. And all their spy drones that look like Gig are going around destroying the drone spy drones. And so then Galorum is like, the silencers are in the realm. So obviously they've been doing this for a little bit, which is cool, because now everyone is aware of the silencers.
It does seem like the silencers have been in the realms even before the racers.
Yes, they have, because they have a few more Accelerchargers
Right.
that we don't see them in.
Wait. The regular people, or the regular racers aren't aware of the silencers yet, are
No.
they?
No,
don't know
not
about
totally.
Okay.
Yes.
Not directly. There's been Taro suspicious.
Yeah,
And
there's a few
Right.
hints.
But Tesla obviously knows. Now Galorum knows. The main factions are aware of each other.
Yes.
It's just individuals aren't aware of everything.
However, in this realm, Tesla takes his super special car and goes into it, and Lonnie's like, what are you doing? And we don't see him until later on, when Scirocco is getting chased by a silencer and taken out by one, that Tesla pulls up behind the silencer, uses special lights on it to make it not shapeshift anymore, and then uses something to, like, kind of lock down the silencer car. And he's like, here are the silencers. They've been going into the realms and racing against us, and they've been winning Accelerchargers. However, and he's like, you won't get away this time. But then the silencer car splits into 2 motorcycles. One of them with the guy on it drives off, and the other one turns around and explodes.
it's pretty cool.
Sick.
I'm like, that's a pretty good way to escape, I'll give you that. Yeah. And Scirocco's just staring at this, and then this is where he's like, yo, I'm cool. Because Tesla picks him
The
up.
most goaded
I know.
response of all time.
Scirocco is not phased by anything.
Nothing.
Well,
can
except
happen.
when his tunes go out.
And yeah.
Something's
And
messing
the
with my
silencer
tunes.
was messing with his tunes. That's what was causing the
He
interference.
knew the silences were there.
They had to take him out. They're like, he's our only weakness. Then a silencer disguised as Karma gets in front of Taro, because he's like a silencer magnet to them. And he's about to get payback for the Ice Realm. He flips on his like super spike and is about to ram and destroy Karma. But then he decides, and he's like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get revenge. And then the silencer EMPs his car, passes him, and the silencers win the race because of that. I'm like, dang.
Taro's the
Taro.
second time that's happened.
Taro's like
Third
about to win
time.
because of the ice
Yeah.
realm. It's like Taro is about to win all of these realms and only gets taken out by the silencers. It's like so frustrating.
Yeah. Taro
interesting.
never does win a realm.
Yeah, because the silencers have the better tech, the better coordination, the better everything, and yet they're consistently not the ones winning
I
by
know.
speed.
I'm like, how are you guys losing?
They don't have Nitrox 3.5.
That's true. They,
They
don't, have nitrox.
That is true.
So like, if you got to go fast, they can't go that fast. They do have exploding motorcycles though. So who's the winner?
It evens out.
Yeah.
They
So-
can go fast, but they can't break.
Yeah.
Right.
Go fast, gotta break the rules. Then we cut back to base, and everyone is back from the realm now. They ask why the silencers know anything about the realms. Like, who are these guys and how are they getting in the realms? And why does their tech look like yours, Tesla? Because their cars
Tesla's
look
whole
like
color
yours.
scheme is like purple
Yeah,
and
it's
silver.
the exact same as the
and his
silencers.
car looks exactly like a silencer's car.
And then Tesla's like, okay, you got me. They've been stealing tech from me. And he's like, that's why they have the scan, because they're doing the same thing as Tesla is. They scan the frequency. That's how they're getting into the realms. That's how they got stuff that looks like gig. He's like, and that's why they have cars that look like mine, because they've been stealing tech from me. And they're like, that makes sense. Now we got to fight the silencers too. Great. Obviously, the silencers have innovated, though, because their tech is way better than Tesla's. Or Tesla's like, I'm not giving you that tech.
You don't get any EMPs. Exploding motorcycles? Heck no.
It's easily possible either one. Yeah, but then Karma asked Taro, why didn't he get revenge on her when the silencer looked like her? And he's like, I don't know. And it's kind of like a flirty moment there because she's like, and she like flips his welding helmet down and walks away. And it's like, oh, that's a cutesy moment. Never really goes anywhere, but it
Which
exists.
is a shame because I actually think
I
they're
know.
a good
It's
pair.
actually a pretty good match because it's like
Yeah.
the two most sane people of the faction.
Yeah.
Anyway, the most sane metal maniac. So then
Vert's back at his house.
Vert back at his house. During the conversation with his dad is like, why don't you have your car, son? And he's like, it got a little banged up. And then it's just a smash cut to the Water Realm car exploding.
The smash cut should have been all of them.
I know.
Boom, boom, boom.
Well, one gets sliced in half. One explodes. We don't really see what happens to the other
One gets smashed in the swamp
Yeah.
realm by the giant vine. Yeah. So then Vert, after the conversation with the dad, goes back to the team and says he used to be the best and maybe he can be again if Tesla will let him race. And so Tesla's kind of staring at him and he's like, if you don't think you can do it, yeah, here's how it goes. Tesla's like, if you don't think you can do it, why do you want to race with me again? Because he's like, I was the best. I think I can be again. And so Tesla's just kind of staring at him and the junk realm opens. And so Tesla starts announcing all the names of the drivers who are going in.
The following drivers
Yeah.
will enter the realm.
And then on the very last one, and he says, and Vert Wheeler. And it's like, ooh, Tesla actually caring and doing something useful for once? Not my Tesla. No. Elon Musk like, Tesla? Tesla versus Elon Musk. Who will win? They both have car company, strangely enough.
Named
Tesla's
Tesla.
motto could be gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
True.
He
what he
outsources
does.
Girl boss in that Lonnie is literally
Exactly.
the girl
Yeah.
boss.
He outsources the girl bossing, but the gatekeep and gaslighting, he
nails it.
So then the junk realm opens, and this realm is full of scrap, giant magnets, and a metal dragon. The
That was
skill.
an actual Hot Wheels set, by the way.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the skill of
metal
this
dragon.
one. They're like,
Let's make some cars and a dragon.
yeah, they're like, we sell cars and sometimes metal dragons. It's like the Yamaha business strategy of like, well, we make pianos and like motorcycles. It's like,
Or
what?
General Electric. We sell washing machines and Gatling guns.
You know, they got everything there.
I mean, they're not called specific electric.
It's a very good
That's
point.
pretty funny. Yeah. So the skill of this realm is hitting the apex of every turn to avoid giant swinging traps or whatever. And this is actually a tip that I use like when I'm like doing driving games.
When
I'm
you're
like,
avoiding giant spinning
yeah,
traps.
exactly. Because I'm like, I gotta hit the apex. Because when you're going, the closest point of going into the turn to going out of the turn. And I was like, okay, that and how they handle hydroplaning are the two things I remember. It's like, don't accelerate, don't brake, just go along it when you're hydroplaning, so you don't lose control. So this has actually
yes.
helped me in real life when I'm hydroplaning.
All the times you've hydroplaned in Lithuania.
Yes, it rains here. What do you think this is a desert or something? We're on the east coast.
There's
Think of all the water over there.
deserts in Lithuania, probably. I would know.
Bro doesn't get out much. Yeah. So then Nolo's in this realm. He's not in this realm, but he's showing growth as a leader by letting Vert race with his Accelercharger. It's like, maybe Vert, you were driving before you could drive. I'm never letting that quote go. It's so stupid. And then various hijinks ensue when they're in the realm, and 3 sweepers show up. And obviously this is bad for the drivers. And seeing how bad the odds are, Porkchop takes the big rig, Old Smokey, and it is filled with nitrox. And he goes into the realm, so he has to go 300 miles an hour in a big rig to get into the realm.
Sloshing around.
Yeah.
You have to go through this whole
rigmarole
track
to get up the speed.
to get enough speed and go through these boosters.
Because they don't want to waste their nitrox to get into the realms.
So they go through all these boosters, and then the trucks swaying around
back and forth.
Yeah.
And then also Monkey is in the big rig with him, and they've never tested the EDR with 2 people. So they're like, will this even work? But what Porkchop does is he takes the big rig and he drives it straight into the gullet of a sweeper, and the entire thing explodes. But they press the EDR just in time, and Monkey's like, what are you waiting for? And Porkchop is like, I wanted to see the look of fear on the drone's face.
utterly based
Porkchop is so excellent. I can't even begin to describe how good he is.
You know, they all have that one moment where you're like, that's where the maniac comes from. That's where the maniac comes from. And that's Porkchop.
Yes, true metal maniac.
I want to see the look of fear on a drone.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to see the look of fear in his eyes before I...
And what's funny is a drone head came back through the EDR with them, and Monkey's like this, and the drone jaw just falls off. It's so funny.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Which, taking out a sweeper isn't a big deal because the drones could just make
deal.
more
It was
sweepers.
stopping them because they're chasing, and the sweeper he crashed into blew up and took out the sweeper behind it.
Right.
So he took out 2.
It helps in one race.
It helps
but
in one race.
They have
One
they're
race
fighting
at a
against
time.
a faction with infinite
Was
resources.
it worth blowing up Old Smokey?
Yes.
Unclear.
You can always get
But
another
Old Smokey went out like a true hero.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it
say.
did.
Yeah.
Old Smokey saw the look of fear in the drone's face.
So, other funny thing in this realm, Wild is still pretending to be the leader of the maniacs, but his plan is terrible because the tracks they're on, he's like, don't switch to these types of tires. I tell you when to switch to these types of tires. But then he spins out because his tires aren't suited for the track, and all the other maniacs just switch to the tires it's supposed to be, and then everyone starts making fun of him because you suck as a leader. And then as they're going through...
yeah, this is also because they figured out from the drones that they can change their
switching
tires.
technology.
Yeah.
So. And then Wild also is getting chased by sweepers and like, help me, help, and stuff. It's like, you're such a loser, bro. And Kurt starts rage baiting the heck out of him, and so he tries to ram Kurt, but Kurt dodges, and he goes off into a junk. Wild goes off into a junk pile on the side of the road. So then Wild gets a flashback of Kurt saying, if the deal goes bad, they'll be in it together. And obviously that didn't happen. And so I said this leads to Marky literally crashing out. So he's just on the side of the road. And Kurt pulls up beside him as he's kind of dazed, in the junk pile. And he's like, you can blame me for this too, Marky. You always do. And then he drives away. It's like,
Bro, he just leaves someone to die.
He just leaves. Well,
Not
he has the
someone.
EDR.
He has the
His
EDR.
brother.
Yeah, but it's like, man, that is cold. Kurt was a major jerk here, but also Wild is completely unhinged. It didn't take that much. So then Kurt goes on to win the realm. Everyone gets out with Vert coming last, and Vert's like, dang it, at least I didn't crash this time. Yeah.
I saved my car.
Yeah, except Marky isn't out. And they're like, wait, where the heck is he? And Kurt's like, he didn't press the EDR? What are you talking about? So they go and they're like, what is going on? Where is he? His camera isn't working. And then the realm closes. And everyone is standing there stunned. And Kurt just drops his helmet in shock, just staring at the portal. Because now Wild is gone forever. And they're like, that's not good. But then they review some of the footage that Lonnie managed to bring up. And the drones actually capture Wild before the realm closes. So now he's in their clutches. It's like, that's not bad. But we have him now looking. That's not good. Woo, let's go! And then we cut to Wild, also on the same thing that Kadeem was on. And Galorum is like, I want info on where the Accelodrome is. And he's like, there's one thing I learned in prison. Never tell nobody nothing. And so she's like, fine. But let's see how you'll feel after we've converted you. Because Kadeem walks out and he's fully like robotic with just a bit of himself. It's like, maybe we can't change your mind, but we can change everything else. I'm like, ooh, that's
Pretty
a cold
sick.
line, Kadeem. Even in like semi-half converted cyborg death, you're still based.
Oh, it's so creepy though.
Yeah, I know. He's a freaky looking dude.
The smile he has is just.
Yeah, it's like glowing green.
And his dreads are like replaced with like tubes.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
and he has like these ginormous legs.
Yeah.
Who were we saying in Bionicle looks like Kadeem?
I don't.
Because we mentioned it
remember.
multiple.
Tuma.
Tuma.
Well, it is.
Yeah,
Tuma,
Tuma's very
yeah.
Kadeem coded.
Yeah.
Greg ripped off accelerators on that one.
Obviously.
I'm sorry. But then we go into the final movie, Ultimate
Ultimate
Race.
Race.
Dun dun dun.
Wait, can I go through
Ultimate
this
Race?
one?
The, ul-
The
the ultimate race.
The
ultimate race.
Oh,
What's going on?
Like I'm sensing a theme here.
We all know what the best race is.
Oh yeah,
400 meter.
Daytona 500.
I kind of want to.
400-meter Daytona 500.
Oh gosh.
Obviously, we have some disagreements here.
Yes. So long as there's 100 in the name of the race, we're good.
Oh my gosh. Can I?
What do you mean? Oh my gosh, is that offensive to
No,
you?
it's just
Daytona
dumb.
doesn't have 100 in it.
Daytona 500.
It's a multiple of 100.
100.
Okay.
Come on, Wesley, keep up.
I meant 100 in the colloquial sense of 100. I mean 500. Audience, you know what I mean.
These morons.
I mean, 100
Plato,
in the colloquial sense of
Socrates,
100.
moron.
Morons. Yeah. Okay, Jacob, you want to go through World Race? Or
Yeah.
Ultimate Race? Not
Yeah,
World
yeah, yeah.
Race. World Race is
Okay.
a completely different thing.
So the beginning of Ultimate Race opens up with all of the drivers in the cosmic
The
realm.
Cosmic Realm.
So the cosmic realm is essentially just like, it looks like one of the rings of Saturn, sort of.
but
And
still
it's-
breathable here.
Yeah.
Because Kurt
They
goes
are-
in without his like,
They are
shield
fully
on.
in space. Mm-hmm. I mean,
With air.
huh?
With oxygen.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
there is oxygen somehow. Don't ask me
Pork
how.
chop is also
government
in
doesn't
an
want you to know this.
unenclosed. Pork chop is also in an unenclosed vehicle. So anyway,
It's-
they're fine.
Yeah, they're very carefree about
Yeah.
oxygen.
Basically, it's low G's, so they can stick to the track because of the downforce. But if like something hits the track or something, they'll go flying. So they have to be careful about that.
But interesting thing to note, Tesla announced all the racers that were going to go into the realm, but all of them went in instead.
Right, everyone went in.
And no one is talking on their comms to Tesla. So Lonnie and Tesla are like, what the heck is going on?
Right.
But Vert didn't go in, and he's like, man, maybe I should have gone with them. He's thinking this to himself, and it's all very mysterious.
Right.
So that's like the hook of this movie.
Because this has never happened before,
Yeah.
where all the drivers have gone in and just ignored Tesla.
Yeah.
So the drivers, there's a sweeper. It kind of starts off, they're already sort of in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
So
And medias res.
right. So there's a sweeper. The drivers basically take out the sweeper by like surrounding it, and then they turn off their comms and their cameras all at the same time. They also realize that their accelerchargers aren't working.
Yeah. Because as they're going through the realm, Torque and Porkchop get thrown off the course. But Torque uses the Swamp accelercharger, which is a cool thing because like Nola would have had to have given that to him, which is a cool way to show how much they're trusted. So he tries to use the Swamp accelercharger to get back on the track. but it shorts out and doesn't work.
And then they get sucked into a black hole.
Black hole. It's like, oh, obviously they're dead. You know, Nuvok call. It's like, blah, 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 blah.
But then later they come out in hyperpods.
In hyperpods.
Which I was.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, some of this happens in micro episodes. So
Yes.
the cosmic realm is technically divided up into
It's
two.
weird to watch. Just
Yeah.
watch it on the normal thing, then watch the micro episodes for a smidge more context.
Right.
But they use the hyperpods when they come out to destroy a sweeper and like
Yeah.
send it flying off into space.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the accelerocharges aren't working. And then, so they're at this point, and then we get a flashback to see like kind of what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're like, okay, what is going on? What is their plan? They've all turned off their cameras and comms and whatever.
Right.
What are they doing?
So Kurt is like, basically Kurt gets all the drivers together. He's like, I'm going to go back and get Marky
Yeah. In a flashback.
in a flashback. And Tesla and Lonnie are over there, and they basically reveal the whole thing. They're like, there were other world race drivers that worked for Tesla. They got lost in the realms, and they never found out really
Yeah.
what happened to them.
Presumably the drones captured them all.
Yeah. And so,
No, that wouldn't make any sense because they would have converted them into things similar to.
well, they
Exactly.
they don't know.
Tesla and Lonnie presume that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We as an audience know we don't see any other drivers.
So, Marky's onboard camera showed that he was captured by the drones before it stopped functioning. And so Tesla didn't tell the other drivers because he was like, it'll be discouraging, because classic Tesla
Classic
move.
discouraging. It's
Yeah.
like, don't let them eat. It might be discouraged. Don't let them breathe. It might discourage them.
That's why he doesn't give them stuff in outer space.
And so he's like, you know, you gotta like keep on keeping on, kind of, you know, this whole thing, right? Kurt is not having it. So he gathers all the other drivers together separately away from Tesla and Lonnie. And
Because
he's
there's
like,
cameras all in the Accelodrome. So Kurt's
Yeah.
like, we're going to take this outside.
don't they go to the old base?
They go
they
to the
go-
old base.
They go near the old base. They go to
Yeah.
Highway 35.
Highway
They're just sitting
35,
by
yeah.
a bunch of rocks.
And so he talks to all the other drivers, and he's like, basically, we're gonna invade the drones base.
HQ.
And everyone's like, that's insane.
To save Wild, yeah.
Right. And eventually they start coming around, and Nola's like,
Because the maniacs are like, why should we help?
Right.
And Monkey's like, we're maniacs, right? We're welded. That's their tagline. We're welded. Because they're like the most cohesive. I'm like, that's cool.
yeah, it's really cool. Because even though they don't really like Wild, no
Yeah.
one really does.
No one likes Wild
He's
for
still-
a good reason.
He's still a brother. You know,
Yeah.
he's
still a maniac,
He's
man.
a maniac.
They're welded.
right.
He is
And
crazy.
so all
Yeah.
the maniacs are in. And then the Teku, it's a little bit of convincing to get
Yeah,
the
they have to
Teku.
give more individual justifications.
Right. And so Nolo, he's like, well, he's not Teku, Kurt, but he's your brother. And so it's like
that's cool from
it's
Nolo.
really good with Tone, and, you know,
Yeah.
Torque is like, why should the maniacs listen to you? And Kurt's like, I'm trying to help my brother. And Torque's like, you never helped him before. And he's like, that's why I have to now. And it's so good.
I love that moment.
Ah,
it's
it's so good.
And the way he delivers it is so great. And it's so convincing. You're like, I believe that. Yeah.
Yep. And then the other maniacs are like, yeah, we
Yeah,
agree.
we're welded.
And Shirako's like, giddy up.
That's literally the only thing he says. And they just take it as affirmation that he's going to go with them to do the plan.
And then Kurt's like, what about you, Vert? And Vert's like, you know, well, my leg's pretty busted up.
Yeah, because when he's on the motorcycle, it fell on his leg, and he has
Yeah.
the thing that Tesla has on his leg.
Right.
And so he's like, I'm kind of useless, you know, I can't do it. I'm not that
He's
good of a racer
basically
anyway.
making excuses.
Yeah. Then Kurt's
And-
like, it's your call.
Yeah. And there's not really any bad blood there. He just is like,
Yeah.
you know, because it's
a
dangerous.
Vert issue, not a Kurt issue.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's like they understand, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So the plan was to hijack a sweeper and basically get all of them into the sweeper.
Mm-hmm.
And then take the sweeper into the drone realm, because they found out from Taro that if they're in a drone vehicle, if they're attached to a drone vehicle, when they go through the portal, it will take them to the drones.
Right.
And
Which is
so-
cool.
Yeah, which is really cool. So they
They should have kidnapped drones instead. Just like two grabbed a drone. Just,
so they
Well,
end
they
up
have Sparky.
true.
Monkey ends up sacrificing his car to get into the sweeper.
Mhm.
He goes into the cockpit.
And since he's been swept up before, he knows how to dodge all the
Yep.
little stuff and things that are trying to grab him.
Right.
And since he's superhumanly agile, he is able to do it.
So he goes up into the cockpit. He ends up taking on the drone pilot, Well, pork chop.
Yeah, so he's trying to take out the drone. He whacks it on the back of the head, does
With a
nothing.
monkey wrench?
Yeah, and then it just turns around, gets up, and is ready to kill him. Then pork chop comes through, just elbows it, and obliterates the entire drone.
so good.
Yeah.
So then they are able to basically take away the sweeping part of the sweeper, like retract it, and so all the other cars get in it like a car carrier.
Yeah. It's really cool.
It's actually really, really smart. And so they're all just kind of chilling in the sweeper as they take it into the drone. They win the realm.
They don't win.
Well, they don't win the realm.
drones
They go
win.
through the realm, or they finish the realm, and then it takes them into the drone base, and they're just kind of going through. They kind of just pretend to be drones, and like it's not really super successful.
And one
but-
thing to note, they only got the sweeper by using intense coordination from all the drivers. Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone had to do this very specific maneuvers
Yeah.
and everything.
And so they're kind of bonded now. And
Right.
when they're in the sweeper,
They're welded.
yeah. So when they're in the sweeper, Nolo finally admits that Tone messed up and got himself killed. It wasn't Torque's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And Torque's like, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time.
Yeah.
But so they've made up now.
Yeah,
and
they've
it's-
made up. And it's very nice and sweet. And along with the Swamp Accelercharger shows that there is no bad blood anymore. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm losing.
So, then Kurt, he basically goes into full detail on what happened with him and Wild.
Because we've
Marky.
only gotten snippets and glimpses into
Right.
what was actually going on in their backstory.
So Kurt was the one who like got them into this whole thing, and then he figured out that the partners that they were working with were crooked, right? And so he basically says Marky was in too deep and too stubborn to quit, right? So Kurt got out, Marky stayed, and Kurt was like, if he had said all that he
Because they
knew,
both get arrested.
they
and
both
they're,
got arrested.
You know, whatever, interrogating. Yeah.
And Kurt said if he had told all that he knew, he could have kept Marky out of prison, but he would have
Gone to prison. So instead, he said nothing. Marky took the entire fall. Went to
Right.
prison for 2 years, which apparently the deal wasn't that crazy illegal if
Right.
it's only 2 years.
Yeah. But it was enough to like change him basically. And
Actually,
it was a
2
betrayal.
years in prison will change a man.
Yeah. Even less than that, though, because he had time to get out and join the Maniacs.
Yeah.
True.
So it's like,
It clearly wasn't
it was
that
2
long.
weeks in prison.
They put him in the county jail and he comes out with tattoos.
It's probably about
Bulked up.
it's probably about 2 years because I think Vert is like 16
In World Racing, he's
World
18.
Racing is 18 in this one, so it's
Yeah.
2 years. So
So yeah.
and Marky's rough. He's about the same
he's
age.
about the same age as Vert, yeah.
Yeah, close.
Way bulkier.
Yeah. He was maybe
He
17.
spec'd into strength. Vert spec'd into
So he would have
losing
been in
cars.
like delinquent, or like juvenile delinquent hall.
Maybe, unless he
Like,
had just
which
turned
isn't
18
even
or
real
whatever.
prison.
yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Anyway,
Juvenile delinquent changes a man.
so that when they get into the drone realm, the drones immediately know who they are. Their ploy is not working,
Yeah,
really.
because all the drones are essentially a hive mind.
Yeah.
It's like-
But they don't really care because their plan is already in motion where they've decided to attack the Accelodrome on Earth.
because they apparently got the information from Marky, which is so sad.
Yep.
But it also, are they like in Earth already?
So
That was one part that I
Unclear.
never understood because you have to go through the other person's portal by attaching to their
So
car
the
in some
drones are
way.
actually, they exist like underneath the Earth.
no,
basically,
they're
sort
in
of.
Hot Wheels City explicitly. Galorum is
Well, yeah.
all the drones are. They were in Earth at some point. It's unclear.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, they can get to Earth from Accelerator City because they have
Hot Wheels
control
City.
of Hot Wheels City.
The wheel of power.
Because they have control of the wheel of power. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Like the wheel lets you go back into Earth. Because that's what they can only get out of Accelerator City and Highway 95 when they have the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my guess. But it's unclear on how it actually happens. But either way, they're on Earth. They have a ton of Accelerchargers. They have exploding energy balls. And they know where the Accelodrome
Because
is.
they now
I
have
like how you list that as one of their assets, exploding energy
They
balls.
now
That
have-
is an asset.
they have all the drone Accelerchargers, which is a lot.
Yeah.
And-
the drones have the most Accelerchargers by far.
And the humans, I
Right.
think, have 3.
3. They have the
The cave
They-
one,
They have not been
The
doing
swamp
super
one,
well in this whole thing. They keep
and
getting beat.
the junk realm.
the junk realm one.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny because it's like, oh man, this is like a kid show that they lose almost exclusively. Like, they only have 3 wins. It's like, that's crazy. The silencers win more than they do.
Literally. So, back at the base, Lonnie is like very suspicious of Tesla being the only one who has access to the Accelerchargers.
Especially because they stopped working.
Yeah, she saw him not working. She's like,
And so she
sussy.
finds out that the
say
real
that.
ones were hidden in a barrel somewhere. Like this
Yeah,
random
just
barrel.
a random barrel. Because she has the Accelercharger finder.
Right.
And she's like, why is this in
Oh,
a
the
random
energy,
barrel?
they're-
Yeah,
they
because they have
scan their
specific
energy.
energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, oh,
This
now
show
they-
show is so logically consistent. It's actually nuts.
It blows my mind how logically consistent it is.
Yeah. So
If you can find a plot hole, I will give you a hammer to the head and then a smoochie.
You mail them the hammer, they have to hit themselves. Clavicular style.
I'm like, I can't change your mind, but I can change your facial bone structure.
Dang. Anyway, so Gig follows Lonnie, and he reveals that he's working for the silencers, and that there's actually a silencer
Here.
in the base, and he's gonna take the Accelerchargers.
Yeah, because his car is invisible, so it just now becomes visible, and he steps out, and he's like, give me the accelerator. He doesn't say anything.
He doesn't say anything because they don't talk.
Yeah.
He also reveals that Tesla was actually the one stealing tech, including Gig, who was a silencer drone. And he reveals that he was the one who controlled Tesla's suit to make him hide the real Accelerchargers while he was asleep.
Yeah.
Which has messed up his head.
Because-
Sleepwalking is terrifying.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't sleepwalking.
Well, it's a form
yeah,
of sleepwalking.
because Tesla was like, man, maybe I should try going out the suit. And Gig's like, no, you need it. And so he controls the suit, which is why he doesn't want Tesla to take it off so he can do nefarious things. I'm like, that's a cool bit of setup that they pay off well. And then Tesla's like, but I thought I reprogrammed you, Gig. And he's like, silencer drones are hardwired to not be reprogrammed. I'm like, that's the most cop-out thing, but also like incredibly crazy.
You may have outsmarted me, but I outsmarted your outsmarting.
Exactly.
So Lonnie basically runs away. She takes the Accelercharger. She like
No,
runs
she
away.
gives them to them, right?
She
Well, she takes the, she runs away. She leaves the Accelerchargers.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The silencer grabs the Accelerchargers and adds them to the 4 Accelerchargers that the silencers have. So he's like, sweet, we got...
And the silencers have shown the ability to duplicate the Accelerchargers, right?
No.
I thought all their cars had the power for it.
No, that's the drones. The drones are shown in the pipeline realm that they can remotely use the Accelerchargers to give a ton of drones the powers.
Which is busted.
Which is busted. Yeah, they use it to teleport a bunch of motorcycles in the pipeline realm past the timed gates. And it's like...
The drones attack the Accelerdrome.
the Accelerdrone.
And somehow they get the Accelerchargers. I don't remember how that happens.
Yeah, so they're
exactly.
going through and they're wrecking shop, destroying all like the racers' cars and whatever, and they capture Lonnie, Vert, and Tesla.
Because Vert sees this and he's...
not Vert.
Oh yeah, because as they're coming up, Tesla is like, Vert, you should go take my car so that you can escape.
And he gives him Reverb, which is the coolest car.
Yeah.
It's
Although
pretty
Tesla
sick.
says it's his car, but it's decked out in like Teku
Teku
colors and
gear,
stuff. So I'm like, obviously Tesla has favorites.
He's just a fan of the Teku.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, it's probably a silencer's car that he reprogrammed to be Teku.
But silencers are programmed or hardwired against any reprogramming attempts.
No, that's just the bots.
Yeah. Imagine they can't even be painted. It's like it's always silencer. Yeah. And so then Tesla and Lonnie get captured. And as they're coming in, they're like, grr, and Gig is there. And he's like, I would like to remind you that I am not human.
I do not remember that.
Gig is an absolute savage.
It's so funny. But the funny thing is now that the drones are invading the Accelerdrome, the silencer with all the silencer Accelerchargers and the driver Accelerchargers is stuck in the base. And he's like, oh man, what the heck do I do? So he goes invisible by himself because he was chasing after Lonnie when the drones start marching through. And since he has to stay still and not move, they find his car by using Accelercharger scanners. They go into his car and take all of the Accelerchargers now.
He's like,
So now the
"Frick."
drones...
I know. I'm like, imagine you messed up that bad.
So now the drones have all the Accelerchargers.
all the Accelerchargers.
Kind of
So-
big moves on
Yeah.
the drones part.
Galorum's like, I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning.
So now
Let's
Galorum
go
has enough
gambling.
Accelerchargers to start the ultimate race.
Yeah, because
and
she
find
came
the
here
Accelerons.
herself. She's driving her sick car.
Right. So Tesla is just like, take me with you when he finds out, when Galorum's doing her whole victory monologue, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, she's like, now that I have the Accelerchargers, I can finally fight the Accelerons on their home turf. And so she puts them all in her car and it starts gearing up the wheel for the ultimate race.
Right.
And Tesla's like, take
And the
me
wheel just
with
starts
you.
spinning
Yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah, because Tesla wants above all else to see the accelerons.
Yep.
And this is where
He's
it's
just
kind
a fanboy.
Yeah, it literally. I said this is where we see kind of his clearest hierarchy of needs, and I have it noted down. Seeing the accelerons, that is his highest need. Stopping the drones, second priority. Protect the drivers, third priority.
Fourth priority, bro.
What's third? Be
Provide
jerks
free
to the drivers.
electricity to North America.
Galorum gives the
Blow up
most.
the North American power grid again.
Galorum
Check.
gives the most savage line. She's like, "When I return, you will be the first to die."
I know. Like, bro shoots
is
his
just
shot and gets
brutal.
shot down. Dude, imagine if
Too
she's,
relatable.
imagine if she's like, throw yourself off the edge.
So what ends
that
up
would've been so
happening then
funny.
is Vert this whole time is like sneaking around. He gets to his car, and he sees Sparky, and Sparky's like, "Hello, hello," and he's like, "Sparky, get in!" So he like gets Sparky, who
Who
has legs now.
Yeah, because Scirocco got some legs from one of the Buzz Droid drones.
Yeah.
And he pulls up to Monkey and he's like, yo.
And he just throws the legs at him, and
And
Monkey's like,
he's
"Sparky,
you have legs. It's
I
great.
love Scirocco so much, bro.
Dude, he's so good. Yeah.
Anyway, so Sparky gets in the car, and so Vert and Sparky end up going in. They follow Galorum into the
the
thing.
wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she doesn't take anybody with her. It's just her.
Just
It's
her.
just her.
Yep.
And they have the entire thing blocked off from anyone. Like, drone cars are blocking it, and Vert can't get into it. But then one of the drone cars is revealed to be a silencer car that EMPs the drones and lets him through.
Right.
So it's like, that's so cool that the silencers are like, we're all humans, bro. Let's kill the drones. Yeah.
Solidarity.
And it's
Right.
also cool because, like, the silencers weren't stupid enough to just send one guy.
Right.
All the silencer cars are there, which is cool because later on they start wreaking more havoc. I was like, that's neat.
So they go.
So how did the silencer? Oh well, Gig had
Exactly.
to the
They
gas.
knew where they were the whole time.
right.
Why didn't they go in earlier?
They didn't have any
They didn't need to.
accelerchargers.
They also didn't need to. There was not
You
really
just
any
take
point.
out another faction, so you don't have to
They
worry
weren't
about
real.
them.
They set.
And it
The
based off of what we
silencers
know
are-
about them later, they would have enough resources to divert to do that while leaving their primary drivers.
They like having a secondary force in the realm to
Against
distract
the
the
drones.
drones.
Yeah.
And since they know where the accelerdrome is, they can get the accelerchargers at any time.
The silencers.
So even if the racers win, it's accelerchargers for the silencers.
The silencers are not really against the other humans. Really, they're at odds.
well, the
but
amount
they're
of
not,
times they've tried to
they don't
screw
ever
with
try to
them.
They
kill
always
them.
run them off the road. They never try
Yeah.
to kill them.
yes,
Yeah.
running someone off the road at 300 miles
If they're
an
trying
hour.
to kill
not
them,
super
they
dangerous
would shoot
at
the
all.
implosion grenade at
Yeah.
them. Just
True.
obliterate them. Or
Anyway.
like magnetize them to like lava or something.
So back in the drone realm, Kadeem is basically talking to the team.
yeah.
He's like, I'm here, and they're all like, Kadeem, and he's like, I'm in the tallest tower.
Yeah, I know where Wild is. He's in the
Right.
tallest tower with me. And
Yeah.
no qualms on how Kadeem is free and talking on the radio
alive.
and knows they're there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, bro, you could be a little more suspicious.
So obviously it's an ambush, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the moment that I think you were going to bring up, Wesley, about karma, where a drone like laser targets them.
It's like a massive drone turret.
Yeah. And it was going to like shoot at them, but karma like somehow senses it before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, basically like duck, you're dodged or whatever. And
Yeah.
at this point, they've all taken their cars out of the sweepers.
No,
I
they're
think,
still
right?
in the
Are
sweeper,
they?
and Karma's like, dodge, dodge,
Oh,
dodge.
right. Yeah.
And so Monkey dodges because he's the one driving the sweeper, and it just barely misses killing them all. And so it's like, that's a weird connection. Karma seems connected to the drone somehow.
Right.
And it will never be explained.
Nope, unfortunately.
So sad. Then a whole army of drones goes to
Right.
attack him. It's like a ton of cars and jets and motorcycles. It's really cool.
So they get out, they do their whole thing, they drive around, blah, blah, blah. They go up in all the ramps and everything. And
Because
Cool.
it's still Hot Wheels City, so
Yeah.
you can go anywhere essentially.
Right.
Which I'm like, that's a cool place to fight.
Scirocco gets taken out, Porkchop comes in and saves him.
Yeah, and when he does, he's like, come on, Teku, get in. And
Yo.
Scirocco's like, yo. And then does the slowest walk because two drones his car gets totaled, and he's like leaning up against it. 2 drones are walking towards him, and he's just totally unconcerned. Pork Chop takes him out, and then just slowest walk to Pork Chop's car. It's like, he could not be bothered.
Bro knew the story already and was like, I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm chilling.
He read the script.
The absolute definition of nonchalant.
I know, it's great.
Anyway, so then it cuts back to Kurt. So, actually, Vert, I mean. So Vert,
Different character.
Yeah. So Vert and Galorum are going through the realms, and like Vert's like trying to remember like what's the skill for the realm, and like just as he figures it out, it switches to a different realm. And he's like, what the heck is happening? And it's just basically like cycling through all the different realms really quickly.
Yeah, it's just remixing the
like
realms.
that you get maybe like 30 seconds in a realm, and then it switches to the next
And it's cool because he's like, I'm going through some realms I've never seen before. Because
Right.
there were a bunch of realms they never went in because they opened earlier or had been
Right.
opened. Which I'm like, that's cool.
And so Galorum's using all the Accelerchargers to just win.
And some of the Accelerchargers are really weak, and some of them are absolutely busted. Like,
Vert is also communicating with Lonnie this whole time.
yeah, because they managed to patch into something at base, and so they're giving him details. Because Gig managed to fry the drone who was watching him.
Right, because Gig is now not evil anymore because the silencers are
Because the silencers are
working
helping
with
them.
the humans, basically.
Yeah, which is cool.
So Vert, like, he's having to, like, focus on all the some realm skills. And
Or
he's
use
just,
tricky tricks.
Right.
Like in the Cliffside realm, the Accelercharger just lets you make perfect turns, so you can just essentially just step on the gas. So Galorum is blowing through it because the entire realm is just like turns. And so Kurt or Vert just goes off and like falls all the way down to the bottom of the track.
Doesn't he use his jump
No,
jets?
he doesn't.
No,
What do
yeah,
you
he
think?
doesn't.
I'm like, he's gonna use his jump jets. Nope, he just tanks it with the car.
That's
I'm
right.
like, okay, this car might be indestructible.
So he does all kinds of stuff like that. And so then back in the drone realm, Kurt makes it. He actually gets to Marky.
He makes it all the way up the tower.
Right. And unfortunately, Marky didn't make it out totally unscathed because he ended up with a dronified arm.
Yeah, he looks like the Winter Soldier if his arm was ginormous.
Right. So like Kurt finds him and he's like, come on, you know, like, let's get out of here. And he's like kind of like limping along. Kurt's like holding him up.
And Marky's like, I'm sorry, I told him. I don't remember what was happening because like his brain was fried, and like, oh, that's so sad.
And then Kadeem shows up. He jumps down out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Just like 2003 Grievous style. Just clomp. Then they're like, okay, we got to beat up Kadeem.
Right.
So they start tag teaming him.
Let's go.
Yeah, and Marky's like hitting him with his drone arm. Kurt's just like kicking him and punching him with his human legs.
And so then they actually end up like
They
beating
beat him, yeah.
He's like hanging off of a cliff or like the edge of this tower, like a balcony or something.
Yeah.
And you know, they're like, you know, like
We
come
know
with
there's
us.
the old Kadeem still in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Come on, take my hand. Yeah.
And then Kadeem just goes, Kadeem is dead or something like that.
And as they go to take his hands, he lets go of the balcony
and just laughs as he
all the
goes
way-
down.
Yeah.
Should have reminded him about the city state, bro. Would have brought him back.
It's
Like
actually
$5 million. Oh.
it's low-key so tragic.
I know.
Yeah.
Because like Kadeem truly was gone, but it's
Yeah.
like they're just puppeteering his corpse. It's like,
Right.
ugh.
It's
So-
awful.
And he's
The
super
drones
creepy.
are basically a necromancer.
But they're the Necrons, bro. They're black
they're-
and green, bunch of mechanical doohickeys.
There we go.
They're run by Galorum. Wait.
What?
They want to kill their gods.
Oh!
Anyway, so then the humans all EDR out of the realm.
Yeah.
Out of the frying pan into the
Yeah,
fire.
Yeah. Because since the world, the ultimate race is going on, the portal's open. So if they EDR, they go back to the Accelodrome.
And of course, they leave all their cars behind.
Yeah. Except Monkey tries to EDR, but he's in a sweeper and he's like, I don't have an EDR. So Pork Chop has to come bail him out. Yeah. But when they all EDR out, the Accelodrome is full of drones.
Right.
We just left you guys.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a silencer. I forget exactly how this happened.
So you see one of the drone cars that was chasing one of the racers
Right.
in the drone realm go towards the tower following after Kurt. Turns out this was a silencer. He goes and grabs the wheel of power from the drones on their home turf.
Which is
And
crazy.
then he goes out because the silencers, they can EDR their entire cars. So he just gets out back to the silencer base. It's like, oh my gosh.
Absolute baller move.
That's a crazy move.
So then it cuts back to the ultimate race, right? So Vert is just like spamming Nitrox.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Because they're on the Cosmic Realm when they're both going towards the last portal, and Vert's just jamming the Nitrox.
And so he like, they're like
the
neck
monkey
and
with
neck.
the button.
Yeah.
And they come out, they go through the portal, and then they come out the other side, and it's just like this long, straight track. Mm-hmm. It's like a stone, some sort of stone.
Yeah, like floating stone inside a white void.
It's just like misty everywhere. Mm-hmm. And they just like go down to it, and they can see another portal at the end.
Well, they don't see a portal. They see a giant sphere.
Oh, the sphere. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tesla can see through Vert's camera this whole time. And he's
Right.
like, Vert, you have to get to the sphere first, Vert. That's where the accelerons. The circles are the perfect shape, Vert. That's where the accelerons are. He's just losing
Bro
it
is
at this
losing
point.
it. So, Galorem and Vert go through the portal at the same time.
They're finally about to see Bigfoot.
Right.
He's like, you have to get there.
Get the photo. Get the photo. Stop luring in. Get the photo. You could say Jacob.
Bigfoot is the perfect shape, bro.
You could say Jacob is a Bigfoot fanatic.
What?
Oh, Jacob's obsessed with bionicle feet, especially Rudaka's.
What?
That's not true.
You
There's
said
all
that's
that
true.
history
We
that
have all
proves
the deets, bro.
otherwise.
Zerkalda, find.
I
Coffee
accepted that
dimensions.
last part without question.
Anyways, so they go down the road. Vert's like, I can't let Galorem get to the finish, so he runs into her and flips both the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Galorem's is technically a little closer. And
But neither reached the sphere.
neither of them got there. So they're basically there though. So they both get out of the cars, and then an Acceleron comes out of the sphere,
And you actually see an Acceleron,
which is
a
actually so cool.
bold move, but I personally think it pays off because they have the digitigrade legs, and he's in like this full sleek like driving suit. It's like sort of an F1 suit. Like when he steps out, I thought it was gonna be like dot 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 dot.
Yeah.
Max verse sponsored by Red Bull.
And he's got like the racing helmet on and everything.
It actually, he pulls up the visor and you actually get to see his full face, and he's like a blue guy.
He looks like a Borok. He looks like a Krana, actually. His face kind of looks
It
like
does
a
look
Krana.
kind of Krana-esque.
Yeah. But not in a creepy way.
No.
Anyway.
He's
In
actually
the
pretty-
most creepy way.
So Galorem is like, I won. I got all the Accelechargers. You know, blah, 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 blah. She's going on this whole
I
thing.
deserve to race against the Accelerons.
And then the Acceleron's like, the real test was to learn all the skills. And then he's like, Vert is the true Acceleracer.
Yeah.
And then he has a cool voice that's, kind of like in their head, like it's echoey.
It's like kind of echoey.
So it's implied that he's been watching them. Is this just a way for them to get like a reality TV show
I
out
think
of it?
so. I
Yeah,
think they're
that's
watching
the
Accelerons
gist
are like,
of it.
oh, let's go.
That's why Tesla wanted to meet them so badly. He's like, we're both drama fans.
both
just
enjoy
wanna-
the
Yeah.
Or maybe he knew that was like the key to getting the Accelerons. He's like, I got to put on a good show, That's why he's narrating. That's for the Accelerons' benefit. He's like, Nolo can't forget his brothers, and Wild can't forgive his. The Accelerons are like, that's pretty good, okay? You get another realm.
The show is great, but the narrator is just pointing it out really obvious.
Yeah. So, like, can Karma narrate instead?
Aw. So basically, the Acceleron, like, he comes out. Galorem's like, sorry, we already talked about that. So
Another one comes out. And he's
Galorem
like,
gets
version of true Acceleracer again.
He actually just like kind of waves his hand, and then like Vert gets like a cool Acceleron racing suit.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty sick.
It is really cool.
And then Galorem's like, no! And she gets all mad, and her human skin like splits apart, and she turns into a giant drone.
And she's like, the only true victory is survival. And then she goes and just like starts trying to kill Vert.
right.
And
then
the Acceleron's just watching this.
He's like, ooh, more drama.
I was
He's
gonna
like-
say, point proven.
He's like, this is what I pay my interdimensional cable for.
also, for what it's worth, Sparky's also here the whole time.
Yeah. But he's kind of still trapped in
Yeah.
the car. But then
Sparky's watching.
Vert dodges a few times, and then the Acceleron just like lifts up Galorem and just throws her off the edge.
Yep. That's the end of Galorem.
When you're done playing with your toys.
Yeah.
So the Acceleron basically is like, you know, you could come join us and
Talking to Vert, yeah.
yeah. And he's like,
do you want to join us? Or you can go back and save your friends. And Tesla is yelling in the mic. He's like, join the Accelerons. That's what all this was for. You gotta do it, Vert. And Lonnie is like, no, come save us.
again,
And they're both right next to each other,
Only
talking to the
sane
same
person.
mic. It is so funny.
so Vert decides to, of course, go back to save his friends. But the
Cliché
Acceleron
response.
gives him a new wheel of power.
Yeah, he just draws a circle in midair and just makes a new wheel of power
It's
and gives
pretty
it
cool.
to Vert. And then Vert's like, wisdom is a circle. What you get, you must also give back. And so that's why he chooses to go save his friends. I'm like,
It's really good.
it's okay.
So basically,
it's really good. It's okay.
Vert goes back. I don't remember we don't know exactly how he gets back, do we?
He has a wheel of
He just
power.
goes back. The Acceleron makes a portal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
This bro waves his hand and can do whatever the heck he
He's
wants.
a freaking Acceleron.
That-
Of course he can.
That's why I'm saying they're basically forerunners from Halo. They're like, we can just do whatever.
So all the drivers are
But
trapped.
not quite the precursor.
no, they're not that level.
Oh, yeah. That's
Scirocco
ridiculous.
is that level.
Scirocco's a precursor.
Scirocco is the flood.
So basically, Vert goes and he frees all the drivers. They all escape the Accelodrome. Mm-hmm. Doesn't it blow up?
It does blow up because Tesla is in there and he's like, I'm going to blow up the Accelodrome to take out all the drones, but give you guys time to escape. I'm like, well, how much time do you have to escape? He's like, as soon as I cross these wires, it blows up. And they're like, oh. And I'm thinking like, well, it's a way for Tesla to go because he does care about his drivers. But he wanted to see the Accelerons better.
Bro, he missed his chance to meet the Acceleron. He's like, I'm done. I'm out.
Well, that's why I said he had the three motives. See the Accelerons. He's like, that's off the table. Stop the drones. I can do that. And I can let the drivers escape.
Yeah.
See, he has the priorities, but they're very specifically ordered.
But anyway, so then he's going to do it. And then Gig controls his suit again and forces him to
get
into
into
the car.
Yeah, with Lonnie. And then Gig's like, I'm going to blow it up.
Because Gig is a good guy
Yeah,
at the end.
and as they're going out, Gig's like,
Probably
I can do
because
it.
Gig is programmed to sacrifice himself instead of the lives of others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so cool because the line, as he's doing it, he's like, after all, I'm just a machine.
Poor Gig.
It's like, aw. Because he's a cool and fun character.
Oh, yeah,
all the way
he's
through.
great.
Yeah, I love Gig.
Whoever programmed it was like, let's make him the most sarcastic as possible.
Yeah. The silencers are like, we gotta make him sarcastic, okay?
Bump those sarcasm meters up.
The sarcasm.
And then, wait, this says Vert escapes by going back through the portal to who knows. Oh, that's right. Because he's still in the Accelodrome.
Yeah.
And so he takes his car.
Because all the other drivers are getting out, but he's like ramming through drones and he doesn't want to stop. He's like, I'll just go back through the portal before the Accelodrome blows up. Because it's still open going through the ultimate race or whatever. It's kind of unclear. Yeah. So he goes out through the portal. The Accelodrome blows up. Everyone's driving away. The silencers are driving away. The racers are driving away in whatever they happen to have. And yeah, they had the sweeper. I don't know. I forgot how they got the sweeper back there.
I have no idea how they got the sweeper back.
I think they just hijacked another sweeper in the Accelodrome. I think that's what happened.
Don't look to me, bro. I do not remember.
I don't remember exactly, but something happens. They get
Samuel,
a sweeper.
do you remember?
Yeah.
No. Absolutely
Anyway, so
not.
they're all just like hanging out in the sweeper. They find Sparky,
Who EDR'd from Vert's car, where
which
Tesla
somehow works for some reason.
Yeah, but it's cool because he EDR'd at the same place Tesla did when he got out of Hot Wheels City.
Right.
So it's like just right on Highway 35.
Yep.
So I'm like, that's cool.
And then they're all like, we're going to go find Vert.
Yeah,
you know?
because they know Sparky was Vert. So like, where is he? And Sparky tries to mime where he is, but no one can understand what.
Because all he can say is, hello, hello.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, I guess we'll just have to find Vert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that, so we find out where Vert went. He went to the Silencers HQ because for whatever reason, the Wheels of Power, I guess, now work as some sort of cross.
Yeah.
And so he ends up in the Silencers HQ. They capture him. They take the new wheel that he got and all the Accelechargers, which he took from Galorum.
Because the car was total. He's like, free loot.
Yeah. And then one of the Silencers comes up to Vert and he takes off his helmet and it's Vert's dad. And he's like, son, we need to talk.
And then it ends.
It's so good.
Oh, excellent. It's such a mind flip.
I just imagine
And this
the
is
next line is, racing is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Right? I freaking love it.
And what's cool is the one that takes off his helmet, Vert's dad, is the one who was taking the Accelerchargers from Lonnie. He was the main like leader of the silencers.
Right.
It's like, okay, that's so cool. And it's also like, it's obviously part of the military because that's what his dad is doing.
Right.
And that's also why he didn't want Vert driving in the realms, because he's like, he knows Vert is in there. He's racing against Vert. It's like, that's
But you
so
can only
cool.
like vaguely allude to it. It's like
Yeah.
whatever racing you're doing in different places
with those Teku guys.
Yeah, you might not want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's so good.
It's so good.
so
all right.
Can we just skip down to the X factors at the end?
Yeah. So X factors I have is like cars. The car designs are excellent, and each one has like so much personality and thought put into it. I love them. Any comments on the cars?
They're just all so good. Like
The Deora 2 suck.
there are some of them I don't like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like the
they're not all
Deora
winners.
2.
The vast majority of them are just really good.
The
Reverb in particular.
Reverb. I like Tesla's
Good.
car. But I think the silencers have the coolest cars. Like
Yeah,
some of the
I
designs
think the
are
silencers
sick.
have very. But
The
honestly,
drones
the
have pretty sick cars,
consistent
too.
ones are the drones.
The drones have the most
yeah.
consistent looking ones.
The
for sure.
silencers, all their cars, the aesthetics are so homogenized.
Yeah.
It's like every car looks the same, every motorcycle looks the same. I'm not telling any difference between them. So as a style, it's the coolest.
Yeah.
In the actual variety, it's the lamest.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you much about the driver. Yeah, that's fair. But they're excellent. Watch the show. Please. Buy these cars. We are
Thomas will
sponsored by
send
Hot
you
Wheels.
25 smooches.
No. I've
25.
never
I'm
given out
committing
25
on his behalf.
I will send you 25 of
smoochy
Wesley's
kisses.
smoochy kisses.
No.
I will steal them off his lips as he sleeps.
Oh no. I'm scared.
Do not like any of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, then we go, we did sound design already, as well as the music, and there's so many great music montages. Like the Taro escape scene is a music scene.
You
It's-
gotta watch that scene.
Watch the whole show, but if nothing else, watch that scene. It is cool as heck. Yeah, and also plot construction. This plot is really well made. Like, it's so much cause and effect. It's like, because they do this, they can do this, they can do this, they reveal this information, so they can do this now. And it slowly peels back the layers of people's backstories and builds relationships.
But
And
it's never so complicated that you can't have a solid grasp on the plot the whole time.
And what's cool is you have the more obvious relationships and then like kind of the stealthier relationships that are all getting advanced, right? So it's really interesting to watch even on multiple watch throughs because you pick up little things every time.
I only watched.
We also didn't
Yeah.
cover the realms a lot, but the realms are so cool.
The realms are cool conceptually and a lot of them in practice. Some of them are let down by like the budget and animation.
Yeah.
But like some of them are heckin' sick. Like the pipeline realm is so cool.
Yeah. I really like the cosmic realm. I really like the storm realm is just really cool.
Really? I never liked the storm realm. What are you guys' favorite realms? Or cars? Oh, did we mention Shirako? He's great.
And pork chop.
And
Pork chop.
I feel like pork chop is the Teku's Shirako.
Yeah.
The Metal Mania.
He is.
Yeah. But in terms of realm, most of the realms are really good. I feel like the mini episodes kind of fail a little bit because they're very simple. It's not.
Yeah, they do two things and they're
Yeah.
done.
Although I will say the cliffside realm is pretty sick.
It's pretty cool.
I think water is my favorite.
Water realm is
Water
sick.
Water realm is cool. I think the Racer City or whatever.
Hot Wheel City.
Hot Wheel City, the converted drone one, that was really, really sick.
That is cool, yeah.
I also like the Metro realm too.
I hate the Metro realm. I'm like, this
Really?
realm stinks. It's just a city, bro. I can get that anywhere. I
It's
don't need to go to a different
floating
dimension.
city though.
Yeah, so I can get Bespin for that, okay? I want to see swamp monsters. I like the swamp realm too. I like the ones with creatures in them because they're more fun. They're more variable, and you get to see drones die from them more. Because anytime there's some environmental hazard, a poor drone gets blown up through no fault of its own. Like in the storm realm, one just gets hit by lightning and explodes. It's like, that doesn't seem very fair, Accelerons. Can I get a ref on this? Or maybe they just hate the drones
I was going to say,
specifically.
they're trying to kill the drones.
That's true.
Like, screw these guys. We ejected them 3 seasons ago.
Yeah. I also like since Galorum like gets to the end, like the Acceleron code is so strict they would have let a murderous drone lady into their society, but they're like, there's a loophole here. The human actually drove better, so get wrecked. Whee! It's just, I'm like,
they wouldn't have given her. They wouldn't have given her the option. They would have been like, "Cool, you won. Bye."
I don't know. I think they're more concerned about with who would be the best to drive against. You know, that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want to like drive against who's good. And if the drones were genuinely good enough to be the best, then they probably would have.
But they
driven
could
against
never
this.
be good enough to be the best
They
because their
couldn't. That's the
mindset
thing.
is off.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think
thing.
it's interesting though because the drones proved over and over again that they actually had the skills, and yet she uses all the accelerchargers. Where it's like, but you probably could have actually driven better than
Lauren
Vert.
couldn't have.
well, yeah,
but-
because they have the wrong
Presumably,
mindset.
She has
Right.
all of the. She has all the information
Yeah.
of all the drones. At
Well,
her
yeah,
fingertips.
it's like for them, it's like the winning the Accelerchargers was the end goal. After that, it didn't matter.
Yeah,
you know,
Right.
because to them, the skill was just a means to an end.
Right.
They saw the Accelerchargers, like Tesla, kind of as the goal. Winning
because
was the only thing that mattered.
Accelerchargers were better than the skills,
Yeah.
and they superseded the skill. So they immediately dropped the skill because they
Yes,
have the
exactly.
Accelercharger.
Whereas Vert had to do it. And you see, even when the racers do have the Accelerchargers, they use them very sparingly, and they only use them in situations where normally they just die otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's like they actually do the skills.
That's fair.
Based humanity.
based humanity.
Though
Based
it would be
human.
really funny if he got to the end and he only had like one Accelercharger. The Acceleron was like, "You cheated."
Die.
Get out.
He just throws him off the edge.
Tesla's like, it was about the Accelerchargers. I knew it. The Acceleron's like, are you high, bro? Yeah.
Jeez.
So this whole thing is great. Please watch it. If nothing else, watch this
Alright.
show and then
I
watch
will
it
say,
again.
for like, what was it, like a year? Jacob and Thomas were trying to get me to watch it again and again and again and again and again. Finally, I'm like, all right, to shut you guys up, basically, I'll watch it. And I enjoyed it.
Yep, he did.
Yes, you did.
It's
He was
Mostly
so-
Scirocco, but the
Yeah.
rest was also really, really good.
yep.
You
And
watch it.
quick community section. If you want an Acceleracers game, there's two. There's one that you can download. What was the one you had me download, Jacob?
It is called Project Accelerators or
Yeah.
one of those.
But there's also one on Roblox that is pretty good. It has like all of the realms and stuff and all of the cars called Realm Racers. But it's also interesting. There's also a fan film called The Fog Realm, which is all the previous drivers Tesla had recruited going through the Fog Realm. It's like, okay, that's cool. And all of them are from World Race because he recruited them from there. And so it's really well done. It's like 22 minutes long or whatever. It's like just a straight up episode of Acceleracers, which is interesting. But it kind of mixes the style of World Race with Acceleracers into this weird hybrid thing. It doesn't look bad. It's just interesting. So that's really cool.
There's also a Lego account, if you are into that sort of thing, called Acceleamaster, who has been making
Who
all
cares
of the,
about Lego on this channel, Jacob?
I know, right? Nobody. Anyway, his name is Acceleamaster, and he's been doing all of the Acceleracers cars in Lego.
Oh, that's
and they're
cool.
really cool. So take a look at his stuff.
There's also a fan comic called Project Territory, which is in the same universe as Acceleracers, kind of like a spiritual successor thing. So if you're jonesing for more Acceleracers, this really fits the vibe and tone, and it's really cool and actually super well done. So I would suggest checking that one out as well. And there's another fan comic called Acceleracers 5: The Finish Line. There's only 1.5 done, and the guy who made it's not doing any more, but it explores after the end of the series. So it's like Vert finding out that all the silencers, and this was planned for the thing, were the previous racers Tesla had lost. So like Banji and Dan, I forget his last name, were
Dan
all the
Dresden.
silencers. Dan Dresden were all the silencers racing with Vert's dad to go into the realms because they were taken out by the silencers. It's like, oh, that's cool. So it's just a neat little thing.
Hey, bro, you want to join a faceless organization?
They're like, it's better than working for Tesla.
Hey, we actually tell you things.
Yeah, because the funny thing is Tesla in the first scene uses an EDR. So we know he's had it the entire time. He didn't give it to any racers through the entire 2 years until they got the Accelerchargers.
To kind of, this would be
I
the
thought you
one.
s-
This will be the one time I will
Oh,
defend
oh, man.
him. If you know that you can at any point hit a button and jump out, you will be less competitive.
Bro, that's the literal argument they used against parachutes for pilots in World War I.
and we probably got a
No,
little
it
bit
led
more
to so many
utility.
flaming pilots.
Yeah, no, it's not a good. At least that is
Yes,
understandable.
there is a justification. It's not a good
It's a
enough
horrific
justification.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it is a justification.
Yeah, Tesla's like, but it's more drama, bro. Yeah.
It's way funnier this way.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So that was our Carmunity section.
Oh, jeez.
And there's no Chronicler's Corner.
Boo.
Chronicler's Corner. Either one. These aren't Bionicle puns, by the way, as they're called, okay? But yeah, that's any closing thoughts on Acceleracers?
It's just so good.
It's excellent.
It's peak. It's accelerant.
I tried to think
Yeah,
of a
we're
pun
done.
about
You're-
that.
yeah,
I
you're
decided
done,
it wasn't
Thomas.
worth it,
Yeah.
actually.
Anyway, Samuel, any closing thoughts? You were highly engaged with this whole thing. I don't know why I'm talking like Dr. Psycho from Smiling Friends.
You could just send it's accelerant. No, would you say excellent? Excel.
That's
Because it's like the Accelodrome.
Yeah.
Just excellent.
Accelodrome.
Excellent.
Yeah, I loved everything being car-based. Like a universe, like an entire ancient species being based on the concept of driving cars fast is just so funny to me. I love it.
I like it. It's good. I will probably need to watch it again.
You must
though.
experience it again, Samuel.
We'll experience it until you appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate it. Just
Not
not, to the
enough.
same level that some other people will appreciate
Jacob,
it.
you freak. You're obsessed with Acceleracers.
That's true, I am.
You freak.
Little freak.
Little freak guy.
Yep.
I feel
Okay.
like my appreciation of it is way below everyone else's, except maybe Samuel's. Except where it comes to Scirocco, and then I am the peak.
So far above it.
If there is one fan of Scirocco, it's me.
Wesley is the Scirocco fan club.
Yes.
He didn't start it. He is it.
I am it.
Yeah. If we're all done, then I think we're going to say this episode's over. Are we good? The Barraki Talk Show signing out. Can we have it, Jacob? Hitting it on tap like a soundboard.
What am I supposed to say?
Good night, Voyanui.
Good night, Voyanui.
This brings us to the end of today's podcast. If you enjoyed the discussion, please follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you like to watch instead of listen, you can also find us on YouTube. The Barraki Talk Show is only made possible thanks to viewers like you. Thank you.
Hey guys, we hope that you enjoyed our April Fool's Day episode. Next week's episode will actually be the Titans of Mahri Nui, so keep an eye out for that. To close out this episode, we're going to run some bloopers from when we were trying to do the intro. Have a great week, guys.
Good morning, Voyanui. Welcome back to the Barraki Talk Show. I'm your host, Jacob.
Samuel.
Thomas,
And Wesley.
for limited time only.
And I'm glad that you're joining us today as we talk our way through the wild and wonderful world of Bionicle.
A Pironicle.
I'm not saying Baronicle. That's
You just gotta do it.
did.
Yeah.
Just, you
Oh,
know?
got him.
No!
You just got Piraca'd.
I hate you.
Okay.
Like a real Baraka.
Okay, guys, today we're going to be doing Titans of Mahri Nui, which everyone has been excited for. And then stuff explodes. Whole thing happens. Do we want to say any particular lines?
It would be more like.
Oi, we're the Baraka. We're taking over now. We're Australian.
No, honestly, that makes sense.
No.
Since Voyanui is basically just Australia.
Exactly. And today, it's our show. Oi, oi, oi.
And then they just
Why, why,
lose
why?
the accent.
No, that was a Australian something or
No,
other.
but you're not going to talk like that the whole episode.
No. Yeah, we'll lose the accent. So then the Baraki get carted away, and then we play the Baraka talk show intro.